educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Like nothing I felt, my mind overwhelmed.
a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. What's wrong and why you never said you felt that way? And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
SpecDubPod.
Let's fucking go.
And Kira's got a mouthful. You don't need to know what.
Yep.
I do, yeah.
Why did you make... Why? Why was that your choice of words?
After the lovely stream we had together, Ben.
Yeah, fair. That's honestly fair.
Jesus. Oh, how is everybody? How is chat? Start talking, start doing things, otherwise we're going to have to move on to the quick question very quick.
Oh, yeah. Glad to see everyone here. Already seen why is there an Eevee covering Kira's name?
That wasn't my decision. That was... I even
brought
told
my
her.
little friend.
That is off Kira.
Move the friend that's covering your nameplate.
I even
You
warned her
already
that would
know who I am, and if you don't need to know. It's fine.
Oh, so the Eevee is there for your anonymity, then?
Yeah,
like,
apparently.
be. It's almost as if I could move the nameplates above it. Just like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see.
And then just move it back.
Now
No!
it looks like, see, you do that, and it looks like the Eevee is in witness protection.
We will not disclose the identity of this Eevee.
My old trainer Ash. He did some pretty messed up things.
It's just a baby.
Free the child.
I didn't take part in them, but I was there. I was complicit. And
So how's everybody's week gone? Anything everybody interesting got up to? Okay, cool. I got to work, so.
Yeah.
Although tomorrow I'm going to go and have a look at a kitty cat that I
Oh
might
my
be able
God.
to get take home.
Oh, that's fucking lovely.
Yeah.
Stace, if we don't get pictures, I swear to God.
Well, it's going to be like a week or two because it's through an adoption centre, so they do like the house
Aye.
visits and everything.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
right.
Make sure everything's you're all set
Which
up.
I'm all
yeah.
for. Like Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, fully. Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be done.
Making sure it's
I
all right.
demand
Pig
photos.
and Calico just sing, baby. Here's the thing: does the kitten already have a name, or will you be getting the chance to?
It does have a
rename
name.
them?
The one that we've looked at. It's not a kitten. It's a cat. It's a 2-year-old. He
Right.
does have a name already, and Nick's too happy with the name because it's Zeus.
Oh,
Please tell me it's a tuxedo. Please tell me it's the
No,
black and white.
it's a completely black cat,
Oh, perfect.
but it's called Zeus.
Regardless, you're getting a void.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, I swear to God. Right. All I have to say to that is good fucking luck. Right. Those little shits. Right.
My last cat was a black cat. It was fine.
They are ninjas. Right. They are
Oh, I know
literal
that.
ninjas.
But I'll tell you what, my previous cat will never get to replace him, and he meant the world to me. He's the one that I've got tattooed on my arm here.
Oh, lovely.
oh.
Because I went through a lot with him. But I remember Nick when he first met. By the way, I've never seen an animal jealous of a boyfriend or anything before.
Aye.
And yeah, he got jealous.
Yeah.
Like I'd sit down, like Nick would put his arm around me, and the second his arms around me, Mitchie would jump on my lap.
That is
Yeah, mine.
It's like, yeah,
Cute.
but no.
my human. Hey.
I remember Nick turning
Exactly.
around, and he said, "I've never met a passive-aggressive cat before," which was Mitchie.
Yeah.
And I mean passive-aggressive. What he would do is, if you irritated him enough, he would huff. He'd literally go,
No, I've seen dogs do that, but never a cat.
"Yeah, Mitchie was a huffer." I loved that.
That is incredible.
And I used to irritate him.
A
like always.
huffy cat. That's fucking brilliant.
Just that.
I love that. I absolutely
great.
love that. No notes. Phenomenal. Well done,
It
Mitchie.
works so well with the cat's personality. And the best thing is, he was like the toughest cat, but not. So
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah, he'd go up to every single other cat in the neighborhood and be like, "Yeah, you want some, you want some." And as soon as the cat goes, "Yeah, go on," then he goes, "Oh, I've changed my mind."
Cute.
My-
Oh, God.
My old cat Carson was like that. And he would be like, I can fight anyone. Until he tried to pick a fight with a beagle.
Oh, no.
Look, don't get me wrong, the beagle's like well trained and all that, right? But it tried to play fight, basically went up, slapped the beagle in the face, and then bolted, right? Basically, like, come on, let's play chase, right? Not realizing that's a hunting dog.
Yeah.
That little fucker's fast.
Oh.
So he got steamrolled. Literally, like, went over. And Carson was a ragdoll cross, right? So as soon as you get hit, it's just just the arse over tea kettle.
I need to tell you the story about the actual toughest cat who ever lived. And it was my old cat, Pepsi. Pepsi never lost a fight, would always
Right.
get in fights, come out unscathed. We used to have a neighbour's cat who was bald by the time they moved. Like, no,
Holy
Pepsi was
shit.
vicious. But anyway, my granddad came over, and his girlfriend at the time, which seems weird, granddad's girlfriend, but whatever. His girlfriend at the time had a dog that she'd bring everywhere with her. And we kept trying to separate the two because we knew this wasn't a good mix.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she turned around and she went, "Oh, little Millie's not going to hurt. It's like, it's not Millie we care about, it's my fucking cat."
No. Yeah. That's not...
Like, no, introduce them, they'll be fine. I was like, okay.
We're not worried about your dog. We're worried about fucking Charlie Bronson in the back room, right? That's what we're worried about.
she said, get them introduced to each other, they'll be fine. I was like, okay. So
Your
my
funeral.
granddad's girlfriend was holding the dog like this. I was holding the cat, and the cat put its paw out and gently touched the nose of the dog. It was really cute. Then drew its paw back, brought out the claws. I just loved it aimed first. I was like, yes.
Yeah. It's like those slap competitions you see in Vegas, like just the one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a job for Gavin Free if I ever saw one with the slow-mo camera.
Oh yeah, fully. You just see the face warping, like oh no, it's messed up. It's when they put it in slow mo and you see the chalk that's on their hand just go. It looks like half their face exploded.
So
Mental.
chat and anybody watching is aware. Kira is here. She's just eating. That's why she's not talking much.
Yeah.
I'm done now. I'm just letting you guys talk.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to drag you into our first question.
Nah.
Hey.
So our first question is that I've got all the questions underneath our fucking videos. Let me drag it to the top. That'll come up on the stream eventually for you.
At some
Right.
point or another.
The first question is:
Hey.
you can remove one crime from existing, but to do so, you have to commit said crime. What crime are you committing? And that's from
Murder.
Emperor Calico.
Murder.
I mean, that's the obvious one, yeah. Murder is the obvious one.
Really? Is it the obvious one?
Oh, I know somebody who, you know, if it was legal, I would.
I mean,
Just the one
I'd probably
person.
would if it was
Just the
legal.
one person.
yeah. I feel like I know.
For legal reasons.
I feel like that. I feel like there is an obvious one to me, but maybe I'm just a little bit stupid.
I'm not talking on the geopolitical climate
Yeah.
either.
No,
There is
no,
somebody
no,
who has
I'm-
wronged me that much in life
Oh right,
that
okay.
I would happily do so.
Fair dues.
Yeah.
I'd commit perjury.
What now?
So you can rid one crime from the world, right? But you need
Yeah.
to commit it. I'd commit perjury. I'd lie in court.
Yeah, but everybody
Oh.
does that anyway.
And then no one. Yeah, I know, but by me doing it, it removes that crime from existence. Therefore, we create a perfect justice system.
I'm trying my best because I've done jury duty, and I don't really want to bring
That's-
up
yeah.
all these things on here, even though I am actually allowed to talk about them. So I'm trying to think of a way to cut it down, but it was clear this guy was lying.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, I won't say exactly what was on his phone. Let's put it that way. But say there was
Aye.
a image that shouldn't have been seen by the other person on the phone,
Yes.
and this person had definitely seen it and actually could describe it to a T. And
Yes.
his excuse was, "Oh, I was sat on the doorstep using their Wi-Fi, and that person walked past and must have seen it then."
What?
Described it to a T, by the way.
What? If
Aye,
you're gonna
no
lie, do
bother.
it properly. Come on.
Come on now.
I was like, "Well, that's the biggest lie I've ever
No,
heard
if you
in
ever
my
want,
life."
if you ever want a good laugh, look up like petty crimes, like small claims court and stuff like that, and see because the transcripts are public record.
Well,
See reading through transcripts from small claims court, it is the funniest fucking
Did you
thing you'll
ever-
ever do in your life.
did you
It's so
ever
good.
see that transcript that was read out by the voice actors of Rick and Morty?
Yep,
Yes.
the kangaroo court thing.
It's a kangaroo court.
Yep. No, but yeah, so like is that the hold on? I need.
Because, I mean, if I think of it as a different way, though, this question, right? The crime I'd want to erase from the world is rape, but I could
Yeah.
not do the rape.
Yeah, no,
to
that's
get
not.
rid
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, no, no,
So it's
no.
like-
Yeah, absolutely
So
not.
that's not a thing. Yeah,
Mm.
that's not. But like, yeah, no,
As just murder.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah.
would.
Murder
I would
makes
commit.
sense.
I would commit perjury, and then no one can lie in court.
Yeah, but the question is as well, what have you done to get into court in the first place to commit the
Isn't
perjury?
it?
I'll just punch a random cop, and then say I didn't, and then that's it. It's like, but we have you. I didn't do that,
If it,
and then that's
yeah,
it.
but if this whole legal thing of it's illegal to lie in court, like, wouldn't it just be the bloody film? What was it? The Invention of Lying at that point. Like, you'd walk into a courtroom.
No, because it's
I
not
didn't
like
kill him. Oh, okay. Well, he said he didn't. Like, there we go.
All right, let him go.
yeah, because it would be because that crime no longer exists in the world. It is impossible to lie in court. So if someone says I didn't kill them in a courtroom, you know that they did not do it.
That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I don't mean it stops from being a crime. I mean, like, you erase that from ever happening, right? That's the whole thing. So if you commit perjury, you commit perjury. Perjury is no longer a thing. It does not
that's-
exist.
actually
a
is
perfect
the
justice
best option.
system.
Actually, that's really smart.
You
That
then
is
create
the
a
best
perfect justice
option.
system. It's
Yeah.
like someone cast Zone of Truth for D&D nerds. It's like someone cast Zone of Truth in every courtroom in the country.
That is genuinely amazing.
Yeah. What did you think I was just going to be like, make it so no one can lie, or what the like? What was the track?
Yeah,
I
just
don't
make it no
understand
one
where
can
the
lie in court so that like you can still make it so you can lie in court, so then all the murderers just get let out scot-free.
Yeah, no, yeah,
casually.
that's the thing. That's what you do. You commit perjury, and then no one can lie in court. Like it becomes impossible to do that. So if you walk into a courtroom and say I did, so all you need to do is literally as soon as someone steps in a courtroom, just go, "Did you do it?"
Wait, hang on. Does the crime of perjury also affect the jury?
I mean, yeah, because they're committing the crime.
So therefore, you wouldn't even have to go to court for that. You just get called for jury duty, and you stand up and you go, "Oh, my name's Jane."
Yeah. Are you in any way, shape, or form affiliated with this crime?
Sure, why
Do you
not?
have any knowledge? Do you have any previous knowledge of this crime? Yes. What is your knowledge of that? I killed him. Right, we got one.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Job's done, boys. That's this. I feel like that only works once though, because then like that's gonna
All I wanna
immediately
say-
it goes out to the papers that that's how they got the gun.
I feel like I need to do a PSA for jury duty as well. If you do get called in for jury duty, whatever you do, try your best to get out of it, and not for the reasons you think. Not because it's
Aye.
boring, not because of anything like that. But I didn't believe certain crimes actually happened. And the bad ones
it's
were there.
Wild, yeah, no.
And there's
it's-
things
yeah.
that... Fuck it, I'm going to tell you, and it's going to upset a load of people, but here we go, right? So the first one I got called into, the guy pleaded guilty for, so I'm allowed to talk about it, was a 20-odd-year-old who had raped somebody,
Right.
which is bad enough, but he'd raped his mother.
Ew.
No.
Please tell me he's behind bars for life, please.
I don't
Well,
know,
he
they
could-
don't do the sentence in there.
No, sentence is another hearing. Yeah. That's no.
Ew.
And then, it gets worse.
How?
The judge turns
How?
around and says, "As we're aware, this is not the first time he's committed this offence." Yep.
What? What? No fucking way. Yes, sincerely, I hope he's behind bars for life, for the rest of his
Jesus
life.
Christ.
Like, Jesus fuck. Ugh.
But also, just I could see every single member of the jury as soon as it came out about the mother. All of us, because you're trying your best to be professional.
Yeah.
all
yeah.
of us were trying our best not to have our mouths wide open at that point, just going.
Yeah, at that point, the bailiff's just walking through the jury. We have one of those things you pick up, like they get you folk that's got community service to pick up rubbish, just picking folks' jaws up with it.
Yeah.
Going, there we go.
I needed it. I was like, "What have I just walked into?" Thank God he pleaded guilty. We didn't have to go down this route. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh fucking hell!
I'm going to
Mad.
swiftly move on.
Yes, good idea, but no, yeah, no, but yeah, commit perjury. No one can lie in court anymore. Perfect justice system.
You actually arrived just at the right moment, Paya, because we are just finishing with
We've
this.
just finished that question.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So our next question. Speaking of Paya, if
Oh,
you
I
had
wish that was vodka.
if you had the ability of a god, what would you choose as both a blessing and a curse to bestow on mankind? And that is by Paya himself.
One answer: Scotland.
Yeah.
That was God's blessing and curse on mankind.
See, I could do that. I could go
On one
Wales.
hand-
And then
on
if
one
Kira
hand,
tries to do it with
we
England,
Can
we'd
you
go
run
for
the
Jessica.
question by me again?
On one hand, we invented a fuck ton of shit, but on the other hand, we're Scottish. So
The question was, if you had the ability of a god, what would you choose as both a blessing and a curse to bestow on humankind?
this feels like a game of monkey paw. I kind of
I
love
have
it.
an
That's
idea
what
in
I'm
my
thinking.
head and I can't word it properly. Oh no.
I'm just waiting for the... So you know when thing does the thing, and then you do the thing.
Oh god.
But go back to the country thing. I could say the same thing about
Yeah.
Wales, a blessing and a curse. And Kira...
I would weirdly
just say
say the
a
ability
curse
to
for
see
her.
spirits, actually.
A what?
Like,
yeah.
to see and talk
no,
to spirits.
Oh yeah, that is a blessing and a curse.
Because blessing,
Right.
because you can talk to your loved ones and stuff and deliver messages. But then curse, because you see all the bad shit. You see all the bad ones.
Right. Can I make a point? This is exactly why I refuse to ever do anything spooky like seance stuff or like anything like that, right? Because here's the thing, right? I can't remember if I've said this in the on this podcast before, but I definitely remember talking about it in Archive Panic at one point. Just on balance, right? Let's say, assuming that spirits exist, let's say that there are some that are at rest and some that really aren't fucking happy with their situation, right? Because they've been sent to somewhere as punishment or whatever the fuck, right? Who's more likely to try and get them to leave where they are, right? The person that's been good all their life and has like reached their eternal reward, or the fucker that kicked 5 dogs, right? That's not right.
Oh god.
Right? I know whom I'm on his own, right? And wanting to come back. Can't kick dogs with a ghost body, right? So he's got to come back. So,
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to kick
that is-
dogs at that point. You just go the perpetual scare route.
Yeah.
Aye,
Just
but
like
even still,
lifting up from the floor. Boo!
yeah.
Although, to be honest, I'd probably be terrorising cats. So I'll be honest with you.
Scaring dogs and cats is fine. It's funny. It's also temporary. My cat used to be scared of pumpkins. I don't know why, but he fucking hated them. Right? Especially, although to be fair, I might have had a hand in that because it was Halloween and I had one like not carved yet, but was just on the counter. And he was like very curious, like looking at it, like, what
you
the
went,
fuck is that? And I just no, I literally just put my hand behind it so I couldn't see and went. Just moved it towards him by like a half inch.
Oh,
You know the way cats can jump really fucking high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little shit nearly hit the ceiling.
This has already turned into the
You're
cat
evil.
podcast.
Great. No. Evil? No. Hilarious? Yes. Right.
No.
So
No, I don't know. Like blessing and a curse. You know what? The ability to the ability to understand and converse with animals.
Oh yeah.
oh, amen.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what I was
So
gonna
like
curse.
You'd be the
blessing.
best vet on earth.
So like
Yeah.
blessing. Hell yeah. On the other hand, I've got a sneaking suspicion. Well, it's not a sneaking suspicion. I know if a seagull could talk, he would be the most annoying motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, no,
right?
for real.
Ignoring that,
But
how many people...
except from that one seagull that kind of looks like Steve Buscemi. You know who you are, right? That's
But ignoring that, how many people are degenerates in this chat and actually allowed pets in their room while they were having sex?
no. Oh, no.
You already got it. So you're like going to see a dog and he's
Never
like,
had
I've
it,
seen
so I
stuff,
wouldn't
man.
know."
I've seen stuff, man. Jesus.
Jeez, no. They wouldn't let me in the room, and then next thing you know, I just heard a round of applause. I don't know what was going on, but
So when we had my old cat Mitchie, we obviously didn't want him in the room, and he was never in the room. But Nick found a cat sombrero, and he hated it so much that every time we wanted to have sex, we just go sombrero time, Mitchie. He'd fucking bolt.
that's like
funny.
that's like the university dorm like hat on the door handle style thing. To, like set the sombrero on a
If I
cat.
can find it, we did manage to
so
get on him
funny.
once. I managed to take a picture. But if I can find the
that
picture,
is
that's
fucking phenomenal.
it's brilliant.
Also, Pagan Calico saying visiting a zoo would be a weird experience.
Oh my god,
yeah.
yes. It would either
'Cause
be everybody going, oh, another day, or it'd be, let us out! Let us out!
I'm not supposed to be like. Okay, here's. Oh wait, this is actually a major blessing, right? Because think about this, right? Everyone on the planet can understand and converse with animals, right? Any
Everyone.
single zoo or aquarium, yeah, that's the blessing you bestow on Earth,
Okay, yeah.
right?
just
So like
thinking-
everyone can do that, right? Everyone gets doolittled.
Just very quickly, Mitchie and Sombrero.
He does not look happy.
I see what you mean by huffy. I see what you mean.
Friday.
That was the one time we got him in the sombrero.
Is this dairy free and it's a lion with a steak? Just being like, by the way, this, I'm like,
This doesn't fit my diet.
I'm an obligate carnivore, so this can't have any grains or shit in it, right? Like this has to be like.
That's funny.
See,
But no, like any bad zoo or aquarium that's like keeping things in like shitty surroundings will immediately get found out
Oh yeah.
because you walk there, yeah, right, and the orca's just like, I've been swimming in circles for 30 years. Any chance of just a wee bit more room, like just a touch, because I might die. I might just die about it, right? So just.
do you think
So sorry,
that's-
Space. Can I go for a bio break really quick
Congratulations, go for it.
for the next
Hey.
question? Jesus.
Like I'm gonna sit there and go, no, piss yourself. Like what?
What would this?
It would be like being back in high school.
Oh god.
Oh no! Fuck that.
Kiva's had problems.
Yeah. What would the? Here's the thing. What would each animal actually sound like? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
cats
would
would-
animals have accents?
Cats
Would
would
it be like-
generally. Yeah, they do. No, they do. And the reason I say they do is
Because
because
cows have regional moos.
No. Well, that's one of them. But the other thing is the fact that I live in Wales, and this is a very, very split language country,
Aye.
and there are people who speak to their pets in Welsh and people who speak to their pets in English.
Oh my god.
And they will react to the language and the commands that
Yeah.
people have been. Yeah, they've been.
It's like that
programmed to
thing,
do
like
so.
how the cops used to train their dogs in German.
Yeah.
Because like the designs are aye.
So,
What?
for example, there's a cat that lets itself into our house quite regularly, who's from a neighbour, but it's a Welsh cat. So every time
Yeah.
it does something wrong, I can't go, no, tiger, I have to go, na, tiger. Because, yeah. Oh, we've got,
Yeah.
like, chat is blowing up. What's going on?
And so Calico just said, I could yell at a panda, just like, you're fucking killing yourself. Give the bamboo a rest. You're no meant to eat it. Right? You're supposed to be a carnivore, you dumb fuck. Right?
I'm just imagining that you actually took a flight all the way to China just to do that.
Oh, no, yeah, fully, yeah. Either that or just fucked off to Edinburgh Zoo. Oh my god, pigeons sound like old bag. No, I feel like no. Here's the thing. I feel like right. I have absolutely nothing to back this up whatsoever, but I'm going to present it as if it is a stone cold fact. Right? If pigeons could talk, right, they would all sound like Steve-O for the Jackass movies. Right?
The thing you're not
Every
thinking
single
about,
one
though,
of
is
them, right?
we already know what birds sound like when they do talk.
Oh yeah, because
Parrots and budgies.
Yeah, parrots and budgies and ravens as well.
Oh, ravens, yeah.
Yeah, and like some like
It's just
some
a
crows, but not
high-pitched
all, yeah.
voice most of the time.
Just a quack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of my favourite jokes ever.
Sense Doolittle, no.
It's one of my favourite jokes ever, right? It's a bit of a long-winded one, but it's a fucking cracking.
That's all right. We've got time to waste while she's on a bio break. Let's go.
Magic. So this guy, painter and decorator, right? He's going to do a job for his pal, right?
I'm back.
And well, fuck the joke. That's it.
Fair.
I literally came in as Stace went, we have time while she's on a bio break, and I'm like, well,
Oh, I'm
Well,
so
that-
tempted. I'm so tempted to actually just fully patch it. Just like, well, that's us.
You might as well finish your joke.
Oh, fuck it. So he's going into the house. Now, I'd Wansley says, right, here's the thing, right? Now, he's got two pets. He's got a dog and he's got a parrot. And he's like, the dog's fine. You've got absolutely nothing to worry about. Friendly, lovely. Just leave the parrot the fuck alone, right? Just don't go near it. He's a wee bastard. I'm like, hey, okay, whatever. So he goes in. He's got an old Rangers tap on, right? Because it's all this tap he had. So just flung it on, painting away. He hears it. The parrot got in the background, just like, I'm on the cellar. The guy goes, what the fuck? Aye, that's. Never mind.
Oh, I know
Was
this
it?
joke.
3 in a row, 3 in a row. It's like, oh, what the fuck you on about? And I was that, and he says, right, you shut the fuck up. And the parrot goes, Spike, get him.
It does remind me of a couple of jokes I know. I'm going to say it's 2 jokes. So the first one, it's these 3 kids are playing with rocks, as you do as a kid, like bricks. They were playing with bricks, sorry, they're playing with bricks. And they wanted to know how far they could throw it up. So to measure it, they decided to find out how deep it would go into the mud in front of them. So the first one throws up the brick and it lands 3 feet into the mud. The second one runs up, throws it 5 feet in the mud.
Oh.
And the third one's like, right, I can do this. He takes a few steps back, runs for it, throws the brick up, and it doesn't come down. So the second joke that I've got, so there's this woman who's going on holiday, and the only airline she can actually book is one that doesn't allow parrots, and she wants to take a pet parrot with her.
Right.
So she's like, do you know what, I can get away with this. So she stuffs her parrot underneath her coat, and she manages to get through security. She's on the plane, right? And as she sits on the plane, she sees all the signs everywhere saying no smoking, but there's nothing saying about parrots, so technically.
Yeah.
But anyway, eventually, this is back when, before 9/11 and everything, so plane's at cruising altitude, the pilot comes out of the door, he's got this big-ass cigar in his mouth, and he's walking up and down saying hello to everybody. And he comes up to this woman who's hiding the parrot. He's like, oh, you having a nice flight? And she goes, yeah, it's fine. And then it's, wah, Polly wants a cracker. She goes, what was that? Wah, Polly wants a cracker. You've got a parrot. I said, no, I don't. So, yes, you do. Pulls open the jacket, finds the parrot. Says, you can't have this on the plane. Opens the window, throws the parrot out. And she goes, well, you can't have this on the plane. Grabs his massive cigar, throws out the window. So the pilot, all pissed off at this point, goes back into the cockpit. He's like, oh, fucking stupid bitch. No. Sits down, and all of a sudden, he hears this little tapping on the window. And he turns his head, and he sees the parrot. And you'll never guess what he has in his mouth. The brick. Thank you very much.
Yep. Love it.
Right, we'll move on to the third one then. So the third one,
Moving swiftly on.
Yeah, I thought we would go back to visit one of the old things we were doing. Eventually, when we first started, we were doing like some Match.com questions. So I thought, let's pull one out from there, just because it might be a bit more interesting and titillizing.
Okay.
It's a bad one. So the question is, would you prefer to date someone way dumber than you or way smarter?
Oh.
Because I feel like that one's worth talking about.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty fucking stupid. So that does narrow my options somewhat. I feel like in order to cast the widest net, I feel like I need to pick smarter.
See, I have...
Because I like teaching,
there's very few people that are dumber than me.
Oh, you say dumber. So you can like bring them up to a normal level of society. You can raise them up like a child of yours.
Listen, I like teaching people about things I like, okay? So I would low-key go dumb.
Personally, I have dated the dumbest people, I'll be honest with you, right?
But it depends what you mean by dumb, though.
Come on, now.
Like,
I
what
mean,
you mean?
dumb
like,
enough.
Academic or like...
dumb enough to think that the sun revolves around the Earth. Dumb.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd still go dumber. You can.
And now
teach them
I'm
about
dating
that.
someone who's a hell of a lot smarter than me because he's doing bloody marine biology in university, and that has been much better. That has been so much better.
That's so
to me.
cool.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was someone smarter for me, though, I feel like maybe it's just my perception of things, but I feel like they'd be really condescending to me, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Nah, because it's possible to be a smart person and not a dickhead.
Yeah.
My thought
like-
immediately goes to dickhead, though. Is that bad? I don't know.
I mean, that's
I'll go
what
and tell
the
Nick.
like,
Hey, Nick,
there is-
you're a dickhead. He's not.
hey,
home.
Nick the dick. There we go.
Hey.
But no, like that is like a common. That's a common thing. It's like this very kind of like all smart people equal like unemotional, condescending
No.
bastards, right?
Pretentious, all that.
Far fucking from it. Like
I
some of
tell
the
you-
smart, like, because if you're smart enough to know, like, a shit ton about a specific subject, right? You have to have a basic level of like passion for
yeah.
that subject.
he's passionate about it, without a doubt.
So in order to have that level of emotional response to that has to bleed into other things. So you could argue in a relationship, they would more than likely not be just as passionate because it's something. Instead of something they care about, it becomes someone.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
it's they have to have that level of. Also, if we're talking smart, if we're using smart for a shorthand, as in like PhD, masters, like academically smart, that is a commitment and a fucking half, right?
But ignoring that,
Yeah.
academically smart, from what I can tell, doesn't necessarily mean intelligent, in my opinion.
No.
No,
But
there's a
not at all.
difference.
Far fucking from. There is a big difference.
Yeah.
But just to if that is the assumption that one is similar to, if not necessarily fully connected to the other, then there's also a level of commitment there. Whereas like you have showed up to a place for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years if you got like all the rest of it and all that shit. So surely a committed relationship is then like, all right, cool. I committed 6 years of my life for this bullshit.
Yeah. What's 6 years with that bitch?
What, 6 years? A little bit crass, but more or less what I was going with,
Yeah.
Stace. That's it.
Oh, let's have a
But
quick.
yeah, no, I would like, if I had to pick, I mean, smarter's like the thing because I like learning.
Oh yeah, I learn things every day from him. Honest to God.
Yeah. I know that you've said that as like a nice thing, but I just imagine you're just walking about the house and that, like almost like Tourette's, like just hits out like ticks, an animal fact. It's just.
I wish to say that would.
Almost like a jump scare.
I'd like to say that's untrue, but
Yes.
it will just come out randomly. He's just like, "Oh, Stacey learned this thing." Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah.
Nick, you are a certified good guy in my book.
It's great most of the time. 'Cause
Yeah,
most of the time you'll say something.
Don't know if you're watching. Stace, feel free to pass this on, Nick. You're sound as fuck, all right?
The thing is, like most of the time, it's actually quite interesting and I love it, right? But then there's some times where he doesn't realize how intelligent he is now. So like he'll turn around and he'll be like, "Oh, you know about biomolecular chemistry when the well, I'll stop you there." Like, no, you've already lost me.
well, yeah. It's like I just learned this new thing that expands this field that is like already in and of itself cutting edge and needs like a 5-year worth of a primer in order to understand the actual cool bit. Like, oh, no.
Because it's like first year uni,
love
everything
that.
that came out of his mouth made sense. He's in his second year now, and I'm like, Nick, you need to understand something. You're far too intelligent. I don't get
Like-
everything that comes out of your mouth anymore.
So, listen, Nick, you're a good guy, but you need to remember, I didn't do the first year. So if you could just help us out,
Basically.
just give us the Spark Notes version, you know?
Well, I think
Oh,
it's more
brilliant.
than enough time to get onto our first topic.
Woo!
And I think Kira's already set for it, weirdly. Because she's got an Eevee in front of her.
Yes, I do.
Oh, and Bulbasaur in the background, sorry. And I have a yak. It's not a Pokemon, but let's pretend.
Sure,
I've
there
got
is
a
a
ball.
yak Pokemon.
There probably is.
I've got a ball.
I've got. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Stop showing your balls, damn it. Twitch TOS.
Hey,
Pokemon
nice one.
cards.
Hey.
Look, there's a shiny Verizon. There we go.
Oh shit, nice.
There we go. Happened to be the first thing I pulled out.
It's a
was shiny.
it's a Scottish Taurus.
Oh, and
It's not a Highland Coo. It's not a Highland Coo. That was a yak. It
and
wasn't
for
a Highland
you
Coo.
absolute degenerates who actually like this evolution, Sylveon.
Fuck
Hey,
that.
hey, I love Sylveon.
Degenerate.
It's so weird. It's so
I love
weird.
Sylveon. Hey.
What are the ribbon things? Are they flesh? I don't know.
They're
They scare me.
feelers.
They scare me.
Called feelers.
I'm feeling
They
nothing from it.
scare me very much. Yes, I feel afraid. Like,
Let's get on with the video.
I love Sylveon.
it's Pokemon Day. Thursday, that was just been, but it was Pokemon Day.
It was
Yeah,
Pokemon Day yesterday. Happy belated Pokemon Day, everybody.
it was a day. Wait, it wasn't yesterday. It was Thursday.
Yes.
Yesterday wasn't Thursday?
No, yesterday. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday today.
Fuck! Thursday. Happy belated Pokemon Day to
today is
Thursday, everybody. I
today
can't
is-
tell time.
Today is Saturday. It is the 1st of May, 2025.
Where am I?
And
Where am
and it is the year of the Eevee, so I'm just saying I'm proud, and of course,
Eevee?
Kira's proud.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm indifferent to the whole affair.
And Rivers, Sylvian being transcolored, believe it or not, although I am open about the fact I'm transgender, it really doesn't define my life, and I don't have trans flags and stuff, so.
Fair dues to you.
Yeah, I'm rather proud to speak the fact that I'm pansexual. So, but Pokemon Day, we got some. Is it announcements? Like most of the things we already kind of knew, but we did get announced the new ZA starters. Which
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the fuck was up with them?
Cyndaquil just got kicked out.
Yeah, why? What's wrong with Cyndaquil?
No,
What did
Cyndaquil was in Legends Arceus, that's why.
What did
I don't
Cyndaquil
care.
do?
It's the 3.
I love
Yeah.
Cyndaquil. No, I love Cyndaquil, right?
Why did
Cyndaquil's
Cyndaquil
I
get
love
cancelled?
Cyndaquil. I love Quilava. But Cyndaquil was in Legends Arceus. Give Chikorita some fucking spotlight. That little turnip gets no spotlight.
Chikorita's my decision on this game.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I'm
Oh,
picking.
yeah, same. Yeah, Chikorita's mine as well.
I mean, same, but mostly just because fire. But like, come on, like, they already have the other two. Just complete the lineup and make it the thing.
I know.
Well, yeah,
I
but
don't
then,
care
but
that they
then
already
they
did
might as well call
Cyndaquil
it a
in the
bloody
last
Johto
game.
game, innit? They could have just made
They
a fucking
can't
Johto game
because
instead.
they're in Lumio City.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my point. You would have just had the full Johto starters. It would have been Johto, but in a different font.
I'm fine with
that's
that.
what it is. That's what the game's supposed to be. It's in that city.
It's not.
So it's fine.
Oh.
So why is it there?
I don't fucking know. That's like saying, why was fucking Rowlet in Legends Arceus? Come on. That thing's a long way from home if it belongs in fucking Alola.
It can fly.
Yeah, they can
No, I'm
migrate.
fucking far.
They can
No.
migrate.
Oh,
Unlike this little coconut of a little shit, right? We know coconuts don't migrate unless they're carried by a sparrow. But that's the.
Is it a European or an African swallow?
I don't know that.
oh my god.
Can you
And for
tell I'm
those
home
who didn't
alone
get
by
the
how loud
reference,
I'm being?
Jesus. Yeah. So am I. That killed Ben. for some reason.
Don't do random noises when I'm taking this sip, right? It's my one weakness is just random sounds, right?
Ladies
I have
and
the sense of
gentlemen,
humour of a toddler. Right?
SpecDub was brought to you today by ADHD.
Yeah, a little bit. There are some who call me Tim.
Tim.
In all fairness, though, I'm gonna say I feel like Totodile shouldn't be there. No, not Tepig. I feel
No,
like Totodile shouldn't be there.
I kind
How
of agree, but
fucking
not
dare
for the
you.
reason you're thinking.
But why Totodile?
No, ignoring
Because he's
that.
the best.
Totodile's cool.
No, he isn't.
He is for alligator. Come on, but ignoring that, I do think they should have had just a starter from 3 different generations of Pokemon.
Yeah, like that they did in Legends Arceus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that I get. That would be cool. But also,
If I
I'm not,
can't catch
but
my
if that's
fucking
the case,
Fennekin, I'm gonna riot. If I can't get a
Fair.
Fennekin, I'm gonna riot.
fair. But also, if that's the case, I'm not cutting Totodile. I'm getting that little fucker and I'm naming him Steve Irwin. It's going to be great, right?
It's Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig.
And
yeah,
Tepig.
Tepig, yeah.
Thing is though, I like Tepig, but I only like Tepig. I don't like Pignite, and I'm not a massive fan of Emboar. But Chikorita, I like Bayleaf and Meganium. Never used to like Meganium. I used to hate it. But then it grew on me as I got older, so I was like, oh, okay, fair.
What was the name of that
Totodile has...
fucking overly
has a
sexualized cat from the newest game?
Meowscarada.
Sure, why not? You can tell I lost. Like I'm much.
I'm
more
pretty
into
sure
previous-
it's it's Meowscarada.
Maybe
Please,
it
God,
was...
nobody picked that thing. Jesus Christ.
Maybe it was Dave.
Wait, Stacey,
Maybe
do
that
you mean
was
in
it.
Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah.
Girl, Sprigatito was my starter. What do you mean?
You are wrong.
It was just.
What do you mean?
It was like, oh, cute kitty, fucking great. Oh, hello, overly sexualized woman.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, it's not the first cat Pokemon they've done that shit with.
No,
One of them
no.
turned into a wrestler. So, like...
Oh yeah. Little
Incineroar.
cat, yeah.
I was like, oh, what a cute little fire cat. That's great. That's just a man. That's just
Yeah.
where the fuck did that
Imagine going to
happen?
bed. Imagine going to bed with your Tora cat. It evolves in the night, and you wake up next to a fucking man. What the hell?
How terrified would that be?
Hey, I've got another question though. What experience is it gaining in its fucking sleep? Jesus Christ.
Are you honestly telling me that you've never fought someone in your dreams?
Yeah.
I actually can say yes. Yeah.
Holy shit, for real?
Yeah.
Lucky.
I fight so many people when I'm asleep.
Me too. Same. Although it's usually because I'm getting chased and stuff, and I need to fight them off. But still.
Average Dead by Daylight player. But
Okay, listen here, Sonny Jim. Okay.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
That's why I don't dream anymore. Too many sweats, keep getting looped. But anyway.
No, funny enough, I had a dream with Trickster in it the other night, but I'm not gonna go into that now.
Oh, hey, oh.
Not in the way you might think. Not in the way you might think.
Sure.
PSA, he was comforting me because I had a panic attack because I was getting attacked. Leave me alone.
Oh,
And
that's
then
lovely.
she woke up and there was something vibrating by her bedside. She just couldn't figure it out.
And then she remembered she bought a cat and it was purring.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yep.
Wholesome.
I love Rivers's comment there. It's just Tepig. Really?
Yeah, fucking Tepic. Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody wants the fire pig.
No. Punt
Like
it.
the fire pig, I just don't like the evolutions that come with it.
A fire pig makes no sense. As soon as it makes any kind of move, it is now bacon. Fuck that shit.
That's a
Or
fair
gammon,
point.
depending what part, but
How does it cook? Yeah, it
you having a
immediately
feast?
cooks itself.
Why
The
do
judge
these
from
come on
Phoenix
the
Wright is a Dead by Daylight enemy.
Oh God! Oh no!
But I will say
Yeah.
something else about ZA, which was interesting, was they have a dodge mechanic now.
I'm going to be honest, I'm in love with that.
I am and I'm not, because it
'Cause-
looks almost like you're just sort of going, oh, drag you along with me for a bit.
I'll bring it with you.
See, right,
Yeah.
so a lot of this is going to hinge on when the game actually comes out and we see what this... At the moment, it just looks like the battle mechanic from Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
which isn't ideal. Although it wouldn't be the first time they've pulled stuff from Pokemon Go in order to be in the
Yeah.
games, including Arceus, in which they have like the, throwing balls stuff, and then the obvious one being Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee,
Yeah.
basically being just
Pokemon Go and
Go.
Pokemon Go with a couple of trainer battles put in. That's it. Although shiny hunting in that game is so much better than any other game because it's like a streak as opposed to
Yeah.
just crossing your fingers and walking back and
Hoping
forth
for
for
the best.
5 fucking hours. Like,
But I don't know. I
but
mean,
no,
I'd hope for more
Yeah.
like a quick action button press kind of.
see,
feel personally.
I was kind of when I saw that
Like a
my
quick time
first
event.
I was thinking less like a quick time event and more akin to how battles work. And as much as I'm not the biggest fan of this game, Pal World,
I haven't played it.
in the sense that your creature is basically once you set it on someone, it is consistently attacking. It is constantly doing random attacks, right? Or whatever its main attack is. You can order it to do a special attack, right?
Right.
Alternatively, that creature is moving in and of its own. You as a player can get hit by these stray attacks. You can also, and this is where Pal World gets fucking stupid, you can pick up your pal, and depending on it, you can use it as a weapon. So like if it's a flame pal, you can just use it as a flamethrower, right?
I love that.
Or if it's water, you can just use it as like I don't know,
Jesus.
a super soaker hooked up to a car battery. I don't fucking know. But like...
That game to me just seems like someone who
Yeah.
was on crack playing Pokemon went, huh.
That, and you can also enslave actual humans like you do the creatures.
Yes, I know. It's mad.
So what-
yeah, if you
I've
throw-
never played it, but I've had
Yeah,
friends
so-
who have
So
played
you
it,
can
and
go,
I've seen
go,
gameplay of it.
Steve!
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
literally you can.
pretty much.
If you throw like the PAL
play it
balls
now.
or whatever they're called, you can throw it at human NPCs,
I want
and
to play
they
it so
will
bad.
be
That's made me want to play it.
So yeah, it's a fun enough time, but the vibes are horrendous because you are like enslaving these small animals and all that. But like gameplay wise, it's fucking great, right? Like it's really tightly made. It's a solid survival game with this like added thing. But
Going
like
back to ZA though.
yeah, but back to ZA.
Like the other thing I did notice from the battles, it looked like they actually made contact this time.
Yes, that's
That's
something that
amazed me. Oh,
Pokemon's been. That's something that Pokemon's been missing for the past like.
God, yeah.
What I'm gonna go as far as say like 4 gens, right? Like it's understandable, and it's understandable when we are like tying ourselves to fairly underpowered handhelds, right? So basically, up until the 3DS, that shit's excusable.
Oh, without a doubt.
Once you get to the 3DS phase, that little thing had a lot more power than anyone gave it credit for, because it was a Nintendo handheld, and still people to this day are like, oh, Nintendo equals shit power, innovative gameplay, right? That's
3DS was great.
the thing, right? The 3DS was a fucking powerhouse, considering it was a portable console, right? That thing was great, right? And the thing that killed the 3DS was the fact that they were trying to support it alongside the Wii U, and as a result, you would get 1 year of great games. And then next year there'd be a drought because it would just be Wii U stuff.
I have read the chat. Yeah, sorry.
We have lost Kira.
Sorry for anybody watching the stream as well. The stream will have gone a bit weird. I am going to try and fix Ben quickly, and it might just be me in bed. Unfortunately...
Many people have tried to fix me before you, Stacey. You're not going to...
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Kira's lost power.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but that's interesting. Hope she's okay.
Yeah, fuck. Hope everything's alright.
Do you know what? Actually, I can just kind of leave it with the black bars. It's not going to be the end of the world, at least.
It's alright, yeah.
I'll just sort mine out quickly.
Power's come back, just waiting on internet. Don't know what happened. So it was just...
Okay, so it's going to get really
weird
surge when Kira gets back, and then I've got to do all this moving about again, but happy days.
At least it was just a power surge, and not like a full-blown fucking blackout.
Jesus. Oh, well.
But yeah, so like
we'll carry on regardless.
But yeah, with ZA, see, this is always the thing with gameplay trailers, right? They're only so reliable, and I don't mean in the sense of like, you know, like back in the day the fucking Sleeping Dogs trailer, right? Because the amount of flack that got, we've put that to bed. Studios have stopped pulling that shit, right? But it's still being played by someone who knows the game in and out, right? And as such, will know the optimum way to play it in order to show off what they're trying to show off.
Yeah.
So they would have been playing that in order to show off the fact that you can move and dodge.
Yeah.
So naturally, when you see that, all they're doing is moving and dodging.
Oh, Kira's coming back on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a mess for me to fix. But once she's on properly, I'll probably go quiet and let them two do it while you see random things move on the screen.
Fair enough. So while it might not seem like the most dynamic gameplay in the world, just looking at it as they're presenting it, it could literally just be a case of they wanted to show us that you can dodge now. Some random game tester or intern or whoever the hell over it, are they still called Game Freak, or is it the Pokemon Company now?
I don't even know.
One of the two.
It's gotten so confusing.
I'll err on the side of caution and say the Pokemon Company, right? Because either way there I'm right. Right? either it's a colloquialism or I've got their name right. Some random intern has just been told, hey, by the way, we've got this. We need capture for this event that's coming up. Here's the gameplay stuff we want to show off. We want footage of this, and this.
Yeah. So you saw Lumiere City. Right. You saw the starters, and we do have Akira back.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened. You guys were just talking, and then boom, blackout, and I don't know what happened.
It's sounds not
like
your fault.
Sounds like a power surge to me. It's all right. They happen. They're a pain in the ass, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna carry on trying to fix this while you and Kira carry on talking for a bit.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so that's. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. If I do buy it, this will be the first Pokemon game I've bought for the Switch.
What did I miss anyway?
So, just talking about ZA and like the gameplay reveal and what's. I do think that it is quite clearly the most, like, obviously we're fucking talking about it here. It's obviously the most interesting thing that we saw out of the Pokemon Day announcements.
Yeah, I agree. Although I will say, Pokemon Champions, though.
Pokemon Champions does look interesting. It looks interesting.
Pokemon Stadium 2.0, oh no.
And I like that, as much as I'm not the world's biggest TCG guy, I like that they're rolling out more Mega Evolutions. And
definitely.
That's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that shakes up the actual game itself.
And I'm also hoping
now that these things and how they translate that, because Mega Evolutions in game are overpowered as shit, right? So it will be very interesting to see how they balance that for what is, for many, just a collect 'em all game, but for many others, a genuine, professionally competitive experience. So it'll be interesting to see how they keep that mechanically, how they slot that into the game without essentially making it, if you don't have a Mega Evolution somewhere in your deck, you are not competitive.
Yeah.
But then also,
that's gonna be
interestingly,
interesting.
with the Champions one, with them having, with this new ZA, actual contact during battles, will they do the same with that?
Personally, I think no.
That'd be a
I
shame.
think if
For
you've
the
ever
reason-
played Battle Revolution on the Wii, I feel like it's going to be somewhat similar to Battle Revolution.
Yeah. So basically, from what I can see from Pokemon, and don't get me wrong, I love that the Pokemon Company have started doing these spin-off games, so that we can now have a little bit of freshness about the Pokemon license. Because other than
Absolutely.
up until the point that Let's Go came out, the only other spin-offs we had were like little handheld, like RPG, like there were still RPGs. They still all are RPGs, but there were little handheld experiences like Mystery Dungeon. I can't remember the name of it, but that one that you're constantly drawing loops around everything.
Ranger?
Yes.
Yes, Ranger,
Pokemon Ranger
as well. Yeah, or it was
Circles.
Stadium or Rumble, like little stuff like that.
Pokemon Colosseum.
Oh my god, yes, Colosseum and XD,
Colosseum,
yeah. Oh my god.
XD was minted. Dungeons, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That series.
I've never beat one of those, you know. I mean, that's on my list to...
Me neither. I get like
I can't
halfway
figure out what the fuck to do.
I tend to get about halfway through and I'm just like, that's enough. I'm
done.
I
That's
feel
enough
like
for me, I'm
I've
done.
experienced the game. I've had enough. I'm cool with it now. You know, like that's good. There's games like that, but
I will admit though, I do like the personality thing at the start of the dungeon games to give you what Pokemon you are.
yeah,
I do like the little
that.
quiz thing. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's always fun. They do that little like kind of, as much as Myers-Briggs is bullshit, it's the closest thing I can think of. That little Myers-Briggs thing where like, what Pokemon type are you? You know that?
And it fucking shows you a Munchlax and you're like, oi, what are you trying to say here?
Meanwhile, you look to your side and you just see a bunch of empty crisp packets. What the fuck are you saying? Anyway.
Empty packets of food everywhere. How ridiculous is that?
Oh, nice to see that you have taste and you got the crispy ones though.
Oh, the crispy
Respect.
ones are the best ones.
Respect.
The crispy ones are the best.
Actually, that wasn't even my choice. Nick came home with them, and I was like, "You are a king.
Oh,
You are a
yes.
god."
Fantastic. Like I
I'm gonna
said,
message him. He's at work now.
Phil-
He can pick some up.
fully paid up, card carrying, good guy. Say that right now, right? And I've not even met the guy, but I know, right? Good guy.
Well, this is it. I actually
But,
was at my parents on Friday night.
Yeah.
But while I was there, my mum turned around and said, "You've done really well, Stace. He's lovely." And I was like,
Oh,
Aw.
He is, yeah.
oh, wouldn't that just melt your heart?
It's about time you told me we've been together for 2 years. But, you know.
That was really sweet and insanely late. Well done. I appreciate your sentiment, but your timing sucks. So,
Your timing is awful.
thank fuck you're not a drummer. Anyway,
I almost choked on my Coke. Don't do that.
yeah. But no, yeah, it was like almost all of these things are like, let's wait and see. But I'm glad that Pokemon's got all these side games now that they can start to experiment with the formula.
Yeah.
And that they're doing these.
Pokemon's
that
taking
rather-
side quests.
Yeah, that rather than doing these, rather than having this split of the main games are this and they will always be this, the side games are whatever we want them to be and they will be that. Now we're getting hybrids like ZA, where they're taking the main formula and just going, yeah, but what if you could move around and do
Yeah,
all this kind of
that's what
stuff?
I
Or they're
feel
doing Arceus and they're taking the main formula and
The
going,
only
yeah, but
concern
what
I
if it was
have,
open world fully? Great, love that. Love that.
the only concern I have with ZA is the fact it's all set in Lumio City. Like, I'm like, okay, because in Legends Arceus you can move around different areas and they're quite big.
Yeah.
But
in
I'm wondering how they're going to do it
ZA,
in just Lumios.
ZA, it's Lumio City in different districts within it.
So it's supposed
Still, it's all
from-
just set in Lumios. So I'm like, how are they
Right,
going to...
Yeah. You don't
so
you don't
from-
explore the full world that X and Y had.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
that's
It's
That is
interesting.
something that is kind of as a concern for me as well. But again, the fact that they've claimed that this is going to be like a future version of the city. So my understanding of it is that rather than it being, oh, you can only explore the city, it's not going to be a city as we as Pokemon fans know it.
Yeah.
It is going to be the city the size of your average Pokemon world.
Well, they did say that like some of the places have got wild animals encompassing it, wild Pokemon
Yeah.
encompassing it. So
Yeah.
it's probably like, the city park is overthrown with loads of monkey. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, like, okay, yeah.
There's loads of monkeys everywhere. Oh god.
Mankey.
Mankey.
Mankey is a monkey.
Yeah,
No,
but it's
Mankey is Mankey.
Monkey's monkey.
Mankey, yeah.
He is a
Also
monkey.
fun-
Still monkeys.
Also, don't know if this is slang anywhere else, but in Scotland, Mankey means really dirty.
No,
Like,
it does, yeah.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
So I love looking at Mankey and just going, you are, mate. Look at you.
Oh,
Look
did
at
you
state
guys
for
ever play Poké Park 1 and 2 on the Wii?
No.
You never played Poké Park?
I never heard of Poképart.
Same here.
Oh my god, you're missing out. Oh my god, I love the Poké Park games. I played the shit out of
I
them.
need to get
It's
I have a
literally
Wii
your
somewhere.
Pikachu.
games. Yeah.
You're a
yeah.
Pikachu and you're like in basically different areas of the Poké Park where it's just Pokemon.
Wait, is it right? Hold on a second. So is it basically just a game version of that one like side story that was in Pokemon the first movie?
What do you mean?
Remember, like, so
I don't
was
remember
it?
it.
Right, in the VHS copy of Pokemon the first movie, it came with a short film.
The short at the start of it.
Yeah. Was it the start or was it the end?
Pikachu's Adventure, Pikachu's Island, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, Pikachu's Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just basically the game
don't
form of
think
that,
so.
I think.
Oh my god.
'Cause
you
it's
guys
just Pika-
need- If you
'cause
can
it's
get a
just
hold of a
Pikachu
copy
running
of
around
the Wii
helping out random
and
Pokemon.
Park 1 and 2, you need to
I
fucking
have
play
a
them.
Wii.
Oh
It's
my God.
plugged in my TV downstairs.
Get a copy of Poké Park 1 and 2. They're fucking great.
I have a Wii somewhere. I'm pretty sure every household has one. It'll be under the couch or some shit. I don't know.
I had a Wii earlier as well. It was in the toilet. It was lovely. Just gonna leave it there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Great.
I'm so easily amused. It's unfucking Jesus.
Pyre asking, is it weird they could have done any new locations and they reuse Paris? Honestly, because it's a side game, I feel like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
I
because
also
like,
Pokemon.
Isn't Carlos also set in France?
Lumiose is in France. Yeah, set in France.
yeah,
Yeah. I was about to say, so it makes sense.
No, but also I find Legends is their experimental game,
yeah, it's
And
like
I
let's try
like
some
it.
new stuff and see how it goes.
and then they implement it into the main line.
Yeah, so like
So I'm
Arceus
liking
tried out the
doing it.
open. So Arceus tried out the open world thing, and then if I remember right, ZX came after.
Said what?
Not ZX. Fuck, whatever the next one was. That Sword and Shield.
Violet
Shit,
and Violet.
sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sword and Shield because they had that open world area on that,
Yeah,
and then
So
they just went
Arceus came
full
out-
open world with.
and then they went.
Violet.
Yeah. If I remember right, I could be completely misremembering that chat. I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan in the
I
world.
think it's the other way around. I think
I think they
I think
had the
Sword
open
and
world
Shield
area,
was the open world area. Then they really
then they
it
did
with
Arceus, and then they were like, "Oh, people like Arceus. Let's do this with
And then
Scarlet
they did
and Violet."
Scarlet and Violet, but it was kind of
There
because
we
in
go,
Arceus,
yeah.
you know, you had a designated way to go in terms of areas. In Scarlet
Yeah.
Violet, you can go wherever the fuck you want, and it doesn't
Right.
scale on level either.
I'm there now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
And then ZA, they're kind of going back to Arceus, where you're constricted in certain zones and you have to progress.
Pokemon Scarlet and
Honestly-
Violet was weird.
I think.
I never beat it. I'm willing to give
I've-
it another
I've
chance,
completed
but
it.
I'm gonna.
I've
I'm gonna-
completed it, but it's weird.
I'm gonna say something that I've got a sneaking suspicion this might be a bit of a hot take. I don't think Pokemon suits the open world format in the slightest.
No, it's fair.
I think very much so. I think
Because it's all about scaling one place to the next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The whole idea is about growth and getting stronger with each gym that you go to. The ability to then just do any gym in order completely fucks that scaling, and makes it so that as well, because the like with the sort of with the original formula, so to speak, right? They could work it so that on your way to the next gym, you could catch Pokemon that were useful in that gym.
Yeah.
So you would go through areas that would. So say the next gym's an electric type, right?
Then you go
On your way to that gym, you would more than likely find find some ground type Pokemon, or you would have to
that's-
go through a cave to get there.
That is the first
or
Pokemon.
so on and so
that is
forth.
the first Pokemon gym because right next to the first Pokemon game, because right next to the electric gym was Diglett's cave.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
So, the routes complemented your. So the routes in the order that in which you did the gyms complemented the game as a whole, and the story that it was trying to tell through the gameplay. By introducing an open world thing, you are essentially completely destroying the whole idea of what Pokemon is to begin with. And that's fine, that's possible, you can do that, but you'd better have a damn good idea to replace it.
But
If
ignoring
the
that,
only thing you do is just, it's open world now, you can go anywhere, and that's it, you don't change anything else of the game.
That's the problem I had with Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Is that like okay in Arceus it works again because there's not gyms. It's kind of you
But
went
it's
by
scalable.
like Titan Pokemon and then thing. But Scarlet and Violet, the problem I have is for that reason you go to one gym and then there's no direct way to another bit, and they also. So I'm gonna go on a rant about Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, go for it.
Yes.
Don't like it.
I'm going to mention some
So
stuff in a
in Scarlet and
second.
Violet, you know how you had 3 different quests basically. You had the fucking sandwich one, which
This
means
is what I
zero
was going to
turns,
go on about. Yeah.
the gyms, and you had the whatever the fuck the enemy
The-
team was. They're that forgettable. I don't even fucking remember.
Oh, and you had the legendary Pokemon stupid thing where you had
Oh
to,
yeah, that too. But the difference was their aim was to give you a choice, quote unquote, for what you had to do. However, to get to certain, if you just wanted to go down the gym route, to get to certain gyms,
you
you needed to
level
do
up through
part of the
other-
fucking sandwich quest
Yeah.
to give Koraidon or whatever the fuck you had more fucking abilities to get to the damn thing. So you're not giving me a fucking choice. You're
Did
making me do
anyone
everything.
give a shit
Areas
about the
to go
sandwich
through.
making thing?
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, that was. Oh
So
my
right,
god.
so
It makes no sense.
again, I will say I did not play Scarlet and Violet.
I only
didn't-
I only got it because someone was pestering me at the time to buy it and play it. So
So
the only reason I got it so quick.
again, I will say my reason for playing it is what I just said. I do not believe that Pokemon suits open world. Because
Yeah,
it
in the
completely
case of
destroys
Scarlet
the
and Violet,
scaling.
where there are gyms, yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely.
See, I think it's right. So if Pokemon does become, if this is the idea that they're going with, right, that they want to make it open world, right, and they want to do a full open world game like Scarlet and Violet,
God forbid. Sorry.
there's like a very simple change that you can do in order to fix that, right? Rather than
Yeah.
having basically you keep gyms in each town, right? Here's the thing. The Pokemon you need for each gym are no longer on the route. So you can pick any gym you want to go to, but let's say you want to do the electric gym first, right?
Yeah.
You want to do the electric gym first? Great. The mines are on this end of the map.
Yep.
Have fun
Yeah.
getting there. And on your way there, you could encounter whatever kind of missions you may happen to encounter. Similar to, as much as I think this company is nowhere as a shadow of its former self, the Bethesda model, effectively, from Fallout 3 and Skyrim and whatnot, right? You can go do the main quest immediately. It's on the other end of the map, and on your way there, you're going to find this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, this guild, that guild. You can avoid all of it and go straight there if you like, but you're missing out on all the fun shit. Like,
Yeah.
you're missing out on what makes the game special. It's simple as this: good side quests. That's what makes or breaks an open world game. It's not the world it's not how good the map is. It's not like a tight main story. If your side quests are crap, then it's not going to be an enjoyable game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, best example I can think of that is Mad Max. Phenomenal controls, fantastic customization. Main story is, for a Mad Max game, really good, really tight. The side missions are the most repetitive, boring fucking shit you would ever do in your life. And as a result of that,
God,
because
yeah.
you need to do the side missions to level up and get better parts for your car, you avoid the game. Mafia 3 has the exact same problem. The story
Yeah, no,
of Mafia
games
3
have
is one of
boring
the...
ass side quests that are like
Yeah.
that require you to do shit to progress. No, I can't. It's awful.
Yeah, like Mafia 3 has one of the best stories in the series, and I will stake my reputation on that. It is easily the best of the trilogy, story-wise, right? It is great. The characters are phenomenal. It's got enough callbacks to the original game to make it feel part of the world without feeling it like, hey, remember when we did that shit? Hey, remember that? I'm looking at you, Alien Romulus. Fuck you. But then you do the side quests that you need to do throughout it.
And it's
And
a
it
grind.
kills the pace stone dead.
Yeah.
And immediately you're not having fun and you're
there
doing the
was
same
so
stuff
many
over and over and
games.
over again. Or you're doing, and as you brought up with Scarlet and Violet, you're going to do sandwich stuff, apparently.
But there's
Like, and-
also so many games
Yeah.
where you're doing the main quest and they go, oh, you need to hurry to this next place, and then you can do like 20 fucking side missions and nothing's changed.
See, right, I don't mind that as much because, like, to me, that's that's almost a gag at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, there's a word, I can't remember the fucking word for that. There's a specific word for that thing,
But it
that
ruins
phenomenon.
immersion to some degree.
That's it. I get to sound smart for a sentence. Ludonarrative dissonance. That's what that
Run
is.
that by me in silly people terms, because
Basically, the gameplay does not match the story that the game is trying to tell.
okay.
One of the examples that always gets brought up: Uncharted 1 through 3. Nathan Drake, happy-go-lucky, wonderful, like plucky hero. He murders like 100 people a mission easily. Those people all had families.
Oh my god. No.
Jesus.
They all
no.
had like
First Tomb
Yeah.
Raider. The first fucking Tomb Raider. Oh
first
my
Tomb
fucking
Raider. Yeah,
god.
you are first Tomb Raider. You are a champion for like preservation and making sure everything goes into the museum. You find an extinct dinosaur and fuck you. And,
No, I don't mean that. I mean the first one of the new series. You know, when they rebooted it.
oh god, yeah, no.
When you like, they had this brilliantly done bit, and I thought it was fantastic, right? That you are trying to sneak through this camp, and this guy finds you, and you have to do your first time killing somebody.
Yeah.
And she has this whole emotional moment and everything, and you're like, oh, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go and fucking kill everybody else then.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've broke the seal. I guess
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
like-
go in. Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
sorry.
Also,
Side note.
KLM bringing up. KLM bringing up Fallout New Vegas. That is the best example of what I can think of. Right, the main story in that game is meh at best. It is not a good story ultimately, right? But the side quests and the characters you meet along the way are so good that to this day people consider that the greatest in the series.
Oh shit.
Even
And
though
it
the
wasn't
story
even
of-
made by the actual makers, the original. It was
Fun
subletted,
fact,
wasn't it?
fun fact, it was. Obsidian were part of the company that created Fallout 1 and 2. Fallout 3 was Bethesda,
Oh.
and they took over the franchise, which is why
Okay,
so
that's
many people which is why Fallout New Vegas is chock full of references to 1 and 2, whereas 3, there was a few here and there, but it was notably like, we're going in a new direction type thing.
Yeah. Although I must admit,
So yeah,
Fallout 1.
that's why that's a thing. I'm a Fallout 2 kind of guy personally. I think Fallout 1 great,
Jungle
but it's-
caveman guy.
Fallout 2 is just that little bit better for me just because it's not quite as janky. They ironed out a few of the gameplay issues.
And is it
The
two where
story
you
of
find the
Fallout 1,
TARDIS?
immense.
I'm sure
It
it's
is
Fallout-
two where you find the TARDIS,
where you
yeah.
find the TARDIS, just randomly in the middle of the place.
And it's New Vegas where you find Indiana Jones' hat in a fridge. Because not long beforehand, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull had came out, and everyone was taking the piss out of the nuke the fridge moment. And so Obsidian went, oh, right, we've got a new easy target, have we? Fuck him up, Kenneth. And that's...
Oh, gosh. Well, we've wildly gone off topic, as per usual. Let's get back onto our next topic. Wrap it up first.
So to wrap it back around, and I think the ZED has a lot to live up to, both from what is a fairly promising reveal right off the bat, and effectively being a follow-up to one of the more beloved games in recent memory for Pokemon, Legends Arceus.
They defo peaked with Legends Arceus, I'm going to say.
Which was then immediately followed up by what at least more recent fans have considered a series low in the form of Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game I want,
Like-
I'll be honest with you, is
Yeah.
a 2D Pokemon game like the old-fashioned ones, maybe 3D elements to make it look nice, but that goes from Kanto to Johto to Hoenn to carry on to carry on to carry on to carry on.
Yes.
that was
Oh
the-
my god, that would be awesome.
That was suggested. That was suggested in the chat.
that
Something
and
called
with
Pokemon
pixel art
Nationwide
style
or
too.
something like.
With the pixel sprites.
Yeah.
Come back to pixel sprites.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, me
if
too.
if that's the kind of art style you're into, I highly recommend End Octopath Traveler and its sequel. Beautiful games, beautiful.
Oh, I've heard good things about them.
Oh, they're gorgeous. No, personally, not my thing because JRPGs just.
Bright brain.
Yeah, it's not so much the gameplay or anything like that. It's the fact that by minimum they're like 300 hours long, and it's just like,
The grind, yeah.
At least you get your money's worth, though. You can't argue.
Oh no, yeah, no, right, okay. I have a thing about that. Right?
But I mean,
Is it getting my money's worth if it's 300 hours, but I'm only entertained for 4?
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and the rest of it feels like I'm basically
I'm
in my
just thinking
old
of it,
admin
like,
job.
Because
Like-
Nick's a massive Final Fantasy fan. And
Oh fuck yeah, no, that.
Yeah.
he's got Final Fantasy VII Part 2, is it now? The remake
Yeah.
one?
The rebirth.
He was
yeah.
playing that for
Yeah.
fucking weeks. And I was like, do you know what? At least you got your money's worth out of that. Fucking fair play.
Yeah, no, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Elden Ring is a good example of good side quests because a lot of them make you question the main narrative. They make fuck yeah. So Oathborn games are phenomenal at that. With like there'll be a side where like you'll just be going along like I'm definitely the good guy and everything that the main quest tells you. Like you're definitely the good guy. You meet one character and all of a sudden you're just like, oh shit. It just turns into that Mitchell and Webb sketch that fucking like, are we the baddies? Are we the bad-
We've got skull and crossbones on
the
our
skulls. Goodies don't wear
gu-
skulls,
guys.
do they, Jeremy?
Guys, but before we move on, can I give a quick side note? And I mean quick, like 5 minutes.
Sure.
Oh, whole 5 minutes, I don't know.
I found out why the power cut happened.
Oh, why?
A fucking lamp.
What?
My parents turned on a lamp downstairs. The lamp made the fuses go, and then the fuses out everything. It was because of a fucking lamp.
Yes.
Oh, I love it when it's a bit stupid.
Oh.
Lump.
Yeah, I thought I'd just let you guys know it.
We'll
Fucking
move
lamp.
on. We'll move on to our last topic, our last main topic. Here's the video to introduce you to it. Haha.
AI. But it's not hardware that has white-collar workers concerned. It's rapidly advancing software, since artificial intelligence is doing a lot more than finishing emails.
ChatGPT took the verbal IQ test, which measured 155, which is higher than 99.9% of people that took the same part of the test. And a new study showed that AI will affect over 80% of the US workforce. In fact, the World Economic Forum, which is the meeting of some of the world's most powerful people, aka the closest thing to real-world Illuminatis, estimates that 85 million jobs will be affected by this shift, and that roughly 25% of all jobs will be replaced by artificial intelligence, and that's just in the next 5 years. And some people worry that AI could help displace far more jobs than it will help create.
Some of the most at-risk jobs, according to a report by Goldman Sachs, are office administration, legal and business and financial operations.
Any jobs where you find yourself doing boring and repetitive tasks over and over again are the ones that are most at risk of being replaced by AI if they haven't been already. Now, I also don't want to scare anyone, but even if you feel safe that you won't be replaced, you could still technically lose your job thanks to AI. Not because it will start doing your job, but because the company you work for could instead prioritize productivity. Normally, that would mean hiring on more people. But in this case, it would mean investing into artificial intelligence tools that increase that productivity. And where they get the money to do that is by shrinking their workforce.
Dropbox laid off 16% of its workforce in April, but not to replace workers. Like IBM, it said it wanted to invest more in AI, which meant cutting elsewhere.
So we see demand growing for these products a lot faster than we could have anticipated. And I think you could have seen the technology coming, but just the way that the interest went vertical is something that's way ahead of schedule from our expectations.
AI. Here we go again.
AI possibly taking over all our jobs. Yay. We're all gonna be poor!
Oh Lord.
I'm so tired.
Of AI.
So very, very tired about talking about fucking AI and it being shoved
you
into
knew the
every
topic
single
before you
aspect
came
of
on here.
life. I did, yes. And it's right. So part of the reason that this was brought up was because of recent news. Yeah.
Yeah, there was can't remember the name of the bank, but there was a large bank that has hired majority of its staff and replaced them with AI because they realized AI could do their jobs probably more effectively, unfortunately, as well.
Okay.
And for free,
so
probably.
the bank in question was in Singapore. It was DBS.
That's the one.
That's Delta Bravo Sierra, for those of you listening. For those of you that have worked either in a call centre, emergency services, or the armed forces.
Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Hell yeah. So the whole side tangent was Cyber trying to stall. You're damn right it was. Curses, foiled again. So effectively what happened, and I'm reading directly for, so I'm going to read directly for an article from Tech Informed. So they have axed 4,000 roles on behalf of AI replacement. However, this is not at 4,000 and once. This is a plan to replace up to 4,000 roles over the next 3 years. DBS has said the move will see work previously carried out by temporary and contract staff instead provided by AI models. So those that have been brought in either as temps or those that have been brought in for like a 2, 3, 4 year contract are slowly going to be phased out. My personal interest here is I would really like to see DBS's definition of temporary.
Yeah.
Because on a technicality, right?
Technicality, every contract's temporary.
Yes. Not only that, but having worked very tangentially in finance through like call centre work and all stuff like this, right? I'm not going to say I'm a subject matter expert, far fucking from it. I will say I believe I know slightly more than the average person. That's, I would argue, because, worked in that call centre for banks. I will not say which ones for fear of fucking doxing myself. But, as with most places, if any time you take a job in finance, it is based on an entire background check, including your credit. Because you're dealing with people's money, anything that could potentially make you a credit risk also makes you a security risk. In the eyes of these big banks, right? Mm-hmm. So say I've got shitty credit, therefore I am more likely to let off people who also have shitty credit, despite the fact that that is not what I was supposed to do in that instance as an employee. That's the logic there. Or I am more likely to take someone else's details in order to improve my own situation. Right? It's bullshit. It has no place in that industry at all. It's antiquated as fuck. But so are most hiring policies within the UK anyway, so that's a topic for another day.
Credit in itself is a stupid thing, because at the end of the day, I do not live a life of luxury, but my credit score would fucking tell you I do.
Yeah.
That's just because I've paid off debts.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad with my money.
Also, on the opposite side of that, I was fairly well off prior to COVID. Due to a combination of various different acting jobs and working full time at like call centers and all that kind of stuff, I was doing pretty decent. However, I had not taken out a loan ever.
Yeah.
I didn't have a car. The only thing closest to a loan I had was my phone contract, which does not affect your credit score.
Really?
At the time.
I was about to say.
Yeah, they updated it since, but at the time that I took it out, I had a phone contract. I think. What was the thing? Oh, no, yeah, sorry. I had paid off my actual phone on the contract and was on SIM only.
Okay,
That was it. That was it. So that doesn't affect your credit score, the fact that I was paying that off. My credit score was in the fucking toilet. Because the only loan I'd ever had was a student loan.
Wait, so you have to take out a loan to have a good credit score?
A loan,
you need
a credit
to take
card.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
loan, credit card, right. Okay. I need to
later on in life. Jesus.
I need to clarify this for legal purposes, right? This is not official financial advice that I am giving you. This is just my own experience. This is just what I have done from my own experience, okay?
So I'm going to clarify more because I'm quite aware of the credit system and I've managed to build my credit score quite highly.
Yeah.
there are multiple things that can be factored into it. Even just being on the electoral roll can actually improve your credit score slightly.
Yes.
What they're looking for is proof that you can pay back a debt. So that would be a
Exactly.
credit card,
Right.
it'd be a loan. It can be a phone contract as well, because the debt at that point is you are renting the phone and paying it off,
Yes.
which is why the SIM only doesn't count, because you're paying for a service.
Yes. Also, good way to build up credit very quickly. Get yourself a credit card with a relatively small limit. It doesn't need to be massive. Use it to pay off your weekly grocery shop, and as soon as you get home, pay off the debt in full.
And if you're not someone who trusts yourself to do that, set up a direct debit into your credit card for, let's say,
Yes.
£10 a month, and do a Netflix subscription on it,
Yep.
and just pay off the
Fantastic.
Netflix subscription on it every month.
Aye. So anyway, but because these checks run it out, okay, to kind of bring it back around to the whole like sort of what's been happening in Singapore with DBS. While these checks are occurring, you are a probational employee. So let's say the check takes slightly not longer than normal for someone, for whatever reason. Let's say they changed banks recently, right? Or their expat, they've just recently moved into the country, right? And they're still in the process of moving all of their assets over. Any of these things could cause the check to go longer than necessary, which means you are a temporary employee up until the point that check is brought in.
But that could also apply if the person that's supposed to be sending your details off to the check credit company in the first place has also gone, I'll get around to it eventually.
Exactly.
Oh, shit, yeah.
There are so many ways in which to make someone that is maybe signed on as permanent suddenly become temporary. And they're claiming that the jobs will be phased out by what they call natural attrition, i.e. the contracts will run out and they simply renew them. Or the temps will leave and they will not hire another temp. They'll just get the AI on it. I don't trust that shit as far as I could throw it.
No
right?
chance.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
It's a business, and all it cares about is making money. And at the end of the day, if it knows it can make more money by not having the people there, that it's going to happen.
Listen,
Yeah.
the day that I start trusting a bank a bank or a banker on its word is the day that I expect to be checked into a mental facility. It is not, because clearly I am not in my right state of mind if that is the case. If you have been alive in the world for more than 10 years, you have seen what these fucks do, right? And how badly they have screwed us, right? Whether it's 2008 with the housing in crisis, whether it's the recession post-COVID, whether it's any of these massive events that have all been occurred, have been done in the name of these profits going up. This AI thing is no different. Don't let them fool you that it's for efficiency. This is being done to increase profits and no other reason. That is it. As simple of act is.
But then
Yeah,
the
go on. Sorry.
wider scale of the conversation is the fact that would this technology make the majority of jobs that people are doing these days obsolete? I mean, we've already got the issues that we've discussed in previous SpecDubPod.
SAG-AFTRA and whatnot. Yes.
SAG-AFTRA and multiple different media avenues. But ignoring that, administrative jobs. So my current job, I'm an administrator in a hospital.
Yes,
That'd be a risk.
It is entirely possible that these jobs will go. The first jobs we will see going are ones that are data heavy. So
Yeah.
admin, I think the last ones to go will be person facing jobs.
Yeah.
So it'll be things like the service industry. Catering.
So teachers and things like that.
Teachers, yeah. So like teachers, catering, kitchen, retail, those will be likely the last to go. Although retail, arguably, has been on the way out for quite some time with the advent of online shopping, with Amazon even coming out with their own storefront, albeit a failed one.
Yeah, but self-service in itself as well.
Self-service isn't enough itself potential for that. However, I don't see AI coming into self-service to make it more efficient in any major way.
Say this. Tesco has announced that they are working to build an AI model into their supermarkets. I don't know what that means,
real?
and they've not expanded on it, but they said they are investing in AI. And for those who don't know,
Am I
Tesco's
the only
is
one
a
that thinks
large
AI is one of
supermarket
those things that is a fucking mistake to humanity at the moment?
It can
Because
be,
we're using it wrong.
This is
the conversation we may have had, I don't know, 100 years ago when someone invented smaller computers that sit there. I mean, it killed
Oh,
all
yeah,
typewriter
true.
jobs, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yes.
Yeah.
Killed typewriter job.
There
Not
are
to
these
mention
steps in advancement. It's just whether or not
the invention of.
the
Just
people...
also the Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's just whether or not people that have got the skills that they have today would even be able to thrive in a world that is now changed because of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Not just that, but at any point during these at any of these major sort of revolutions, right? Whether it's we're going as far back historically as the Industrial Revolution of fucking the Victorian era, or and the Luddites going in and smashing up the machines and whatnot, or it's something or it's what's happening today. The ultimate question comes down to this. Is there a replacement for us? Not for what we are giving, but what do we have if that is taken away from us? In the instance of things like the automobile industry, in which the assembly lines were replaced with robots, however, you could retrain in as a different form of engineer and work on the robots themselves. Alternatively, you worked on the assembly line. You have literally put these cars together with your bare hands. I reckon you know how to fix that shit. Mechanic shops.
Yeah.
There was a massive boom of people opening up their own mechanic shops all throughout the US because, especially if you know anything about cars, Detroit was like the center of car manufacturing in the US. And they just kind of went everywhere. Same goes with the shipyards in Glasgow. When it went down, these people went, well, I'm a shit hot welder, so I can't work in these ships anymore, but they're currently in the process of knocking down all the old slum tenements and building social housing. I'm going to fuck off over there and see if they'll take me. With AI, however,
it's so broad.
It is so broad and it replaces that was a bit in the Willy Wonka remake. Yes, yeah, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where he starts working on the machines. It's a thing. There is the opportunity for us to grow and sort that. The problem with AI is that it is, by its definition, fairly self-sufficient. It is artificial intelligence. It itself can grow.
I mean, during the video that I know you guys didn't hear because of how things are set up, by the way, it did state that ChatGPT's IQ, when doing an IQ test, came up as 155, whereas that was more than the IQ of 99% of the participants who'd taken the test.
Yes.
So
with that in mind, how can we learn and grow in order to fit in a world that is now at a faster rate than ever learning and growing itself? What is the new thing for us? If admin jobs cease to be a thing, where can these admin skills be applied elsewhere? And the answer so far is they can't.
No.
They're just kind of gone.
At the moment.
Whereas with the old... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, at the moment, as somebody who does do administrative work, if I lost that job, I am minted. Everyone needs admin. I've got any particular job, any particular field, I can go and find a job there. And it's one of the safest jobs. But with AI coming in, it's now become the least safe job you can be in.
Precisely.
And it's terrifying. It genuinely is.
Become dungeon masters for D&D. If that was a well-paying job, that would be great.
Imagine if it did become a well-paying job though, in the face of AI taking over admin stuff though.
Well, here's the thing. In this, trying to take it from a utopian viewpoint, right? The basic idea of AI, right? If you look back at things like sort of classic utopian sci-fi, like the original series of Star Trek, right? AI is quite clearly present in a lot of those things, right?
1J2O, please.
Oh yeah, and almost always it is in the places where it is in it is in intensive high labor jobs that, quite frankly, the vast majority of people don't like very fucking much, right? Yes, there are people that work in the service industry because they fucking love it, right? And that is fair dues to them, right? But ultimately, the vast majority of people look at that job and go, "Nah, you're all right." They do it because it's the only job they have, right?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I worked in KFC. I don't think I would have decided to work in KFC.
Yeah.
I needed a job.
And because the idea behind it was AI would take these roles, these tasks away from us, and as a result, new tasks would open up. We have more time. So because we can now rely on AI, on, again, to bring it back to Star Trek, the idea of replicators, we don't need to worry about food anymore. Okay, great. I don't need to work to survive anymore. What can I do with my time now? I know. I'll do. Sorry, I realised that this entire analogy has been really oddly specific to Stace, knowing that you're a Star Trek fan. But but just to make it even more specific, what will I do with my time now? Well, I think fish are pretty fucking cool.
All right, Nick.
I'm going to go and study. I'm going to go and study this thing that AI cannot do because it is too much information to sift through or whatever the hell. Right? I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Right? Or because I'm doing. And this now, I'm going to get really shit hot at guitar, or I'm going to become a historian and look into this thing. Because I don't need to do that now. But instead, what we're seeing is the reverse. The jobs that are getting replaced are the ones that are very reliant on people. It's jobs where empathy is paramount. And while it might not necessarily seem that with the likes of with admin, you might think, oh, it's very data focused, it's very all that kind of stuff, right?
No, my job is incredibly... If I could just explain my job a bit more.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
So my job is patient safety. And what the majority of the job is actually looking at all the incidents that occur in a hospital that might be harming patients, possibly even death, all that kind of thing. And it takes that human element because you want to sit there and look at it and go, oh shit, how can we stop this from happening again?
Exactly.
You don't... But a computer would see it and go, oh, that's a negative integer. I guess I'll try and make it a positive one. But without thinking of how that human connection could actually help in that first place.
Exactly. Or to take... Or again, my mother works in admin in the cochlear unit in a local hospital. Fun fact, she's deaf. I was laughing my arse off for half a day when I found out I got that job. I'm not going to... Fucking beautiful. I'm here for my appointment. What? You taking the piss? Sorry. What? Aye.
I mean, if it helps for your comedic thing, and most people laugh at this. So I'm working in the department that would have dealt with my lawsuit when I sued the hospital that I now work for.
Because I'm an international super spy. Super spy.
There are a couple jobs though in terms of like AI that are safe from AI though, or at least for now are safe from AI. So things like translation, transcreation. So if AI take, I'm gonna say grind heavy jobs, like work to live kind of jobs.
Yeah.
Aye.
Then there might be an influx of people that learn a second language to go into translation, transcreation, things like that.
That in and of itself is the best case scenario, but again, it comes back to that point of AI is in and of itself a learning thing.
I mean,
while yes, we can look at it right now and just go like, there is no translation software on earth that knows how to do idioms or knows how to deal with like tonal languages, like say Mandarin.
Oh, ignore that.
How you say the word is vital to the meaning of the word, right?
Yeah.
What's to stop AI from training itself?
That's why I said for now. Like
exactly,
it might happen, but for now, it's kind of.
But it's one of those things where it's like.
But there's also the other side.
We are at the very beginning of this thing, right? And it has already started to have massively wide-reaching effects on people's livelihood. I mean, again, not to kind of get like too thing on it, not to get sort of bring it back to the SAG after thing, but again, it's what I know. I'm an actor.
It's
AI. Fans of Apex Legends have now been hit by this, as the entirety of their French voice actors have now stopped working for them because EA was forcing them to sign a contract saying they could use AI.
Oh, God.
And so all of the actors step back and says, I'm not signing that. Get fucked.
No.
And so Apex lost almost all of its French voice talent right there and then.
But it's also I'm going to go back into it myself at this point because
Yeah.
the one industry I would say is safe from any future robotics and stuff is an industry that works on people's emotions, which is acting, which is drama, which is creative studies. Anything within the creative field requires emotion put into it, and you can't teach a fucking computer to emote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Exactly,
you think,
you just-
oh, but
yeah.
they've made Coco Melon. That's an AI-generated fucking cartoon. Yeah, great. Number one, it's a 5-year-old who's watching it, so yeah. And number two, if you wanted to put that into a feature film, I bet you anything you'd watch it and go, oh, there was something missing. I can guarantee you that, hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even need to put it into a feature film. Look at Coco Melon. Compare that to a thing like Bluey. A contemporary example, right?
Yeah, spot on.
Something that has been made by AI, Coco Melon. What is essentially just overstimulation the show,
Yeah.
right? You are not like, versus something like Bluey, which is legitimately heartfelt. Yes, there's some great. Yes, it does have those like kind of like big, bombastic moments throughout it. It's a kid's show. It's going to have to get their attention. But also within that, it has these really lovely human moments that are teaching kids about real things throughout the world. Things that are very difficult subjects to have. There's an episode in Bluey where they discuss infertility, for fuck's sake.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is incredible. And that is so important that these things are being discussed through a children's medium, because then it opens up the conversation for the parents, and it's like, oh, great, I can now talk to my kid about
That's
this
what I
thing.
was about to say.
And that is great.
The parent side of it as well. So my brother has got a child, and he will inevitably, as every parents do, be forced to sit in the living room while they're watching cartoons or whatever they want to watch on TV.
Yeah. Naturally,
but he will sit there and say, the one good thing is the majority of these cartoons will still be interesting to adults.
Yes,
Adults
that's
will
it.
still enjoy them, but
It's
Coco Melon, nah.
No,
There's
same
no
goes
connection
for,
to it.
It's not AI, but the same goes for Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is shite.
I get it that I've seen Peppa
I
Pig with
despise
my
that
niece.
thing.
Yeah, it might be shit, but there is still thought and heart and emotion into it. And
Yes,
there
there
is
is a certain amount, yes.
Yeah, so I
Whereas
I can
Cocomelon
get
is
it.
completely devoid of any of that, because it was made purely just to grab your attention.
Yeah.
Because, again, with this, and it's something that's kind of brought up earlier, Vivers, with regards to AI in your own field, Stacey, maybe you may be able to weigh in this a little bit more. Some rich man decides, how people with XYZ disability are costing us this much money. AI, find a way to solve this money. The solution is, stop serving those people then. Stop admitting them to the hospital
Yeah.
if they're causing such an issue. Those are the kind of decisions that a computer will make. Because
it has no
it's treating it
emotion,
as a
things like that.
mathematical equation.
Mathematically, yeah, it's correct. It's spot on
Because,
mathematically.
just if you...
But emotionally, nah.
Yeah, and ethically, fuck no.
No. That's it. I mean, having human input, having human emotion is so important. I am hoping, but there is another part of it, I am hoping that people will see that and they will keep hiring people because they realise that that human component is important. However, there is corporate greed.
Exactly. And time
Bloody
and time and time again, we have seen that outweigh. We have seen corporate greed outweigh ethics. We have seen it outweigh basic human decency.
Yeah.
Time and time and time again. And yeah, Chief saying health insurance companies are already doing that without AI, which is a solid point. Pre-existing condition. Sorry about that. But aye, yeah, it's a very, very scary thing.
Actually, that is a perfect example. Health insurance companies doing this without AI. That is taking the emotion out of it. So although humans are in charge of it, health insurance is doing what AI would do.
So while you say health insurance are doing what AI do, health insurance companies have come under fire for using algorithms prior to AI's thing in order to discuss these things. So while it isn't necessarily AI as we know it, they were already using like sort of programs and whatnot and mathematical equations in order to decide
how to give more money. Because any computer would look at something and go, right, that person wants to join us, perfectly fit and healthy, never had a pre-existing condition. We're going to make a fortune off him because we're not going to have to pay out anytime soon. Oh,
yes,
John up there's coming up. He's got type 1 diabetes. We're going to have to pay for the medication. Nah, shove off.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're not doing that. Exactly. And it's that standard thing. If you apply that to, I mean, that's already bad enough with health insurance. if you apply that to a job like yours, Stace,
Because
that is
mine is decisions.
incredibly scary.
I've got to be very careful what's it, but it's decisions people may have made that could have caused harm or even death to patients. And if you take away that emotional response, the thing is, my job, it is quite repetitive. There is a lot of it that is a very repetitive job, which I could see AI would come in to do. The level I'm at anyway, without a doubt, an AI could do my job. I can say that without a doubt, because I don't get many decisions made in that job. Perhaps the levels above, maybe not, but I could see my job as somebody who wants to work up and who wants to get higher up going. So then the only jobs available are those high up ones, which because of my current skill set and my current qualifications and my current experience, I'd never have a chance to get to.
Yeah, there is also that element of you bring up a very interesting point there, Stace, with the entry level jobs suddenly disappear. So how do you train for the next step up without having that first rung on the ladder?
Had that issue of going for a job and going, I don't have enough experience. You're like, yeah, but I need a job to get experience.
Yeah,
we've all
exactly.
had that issue.
We require, it's like we require 5 years experience for this job. It's like, mate, this is a job fair in my school. You really think I've got 5 years experience in fourth year? Like,
exactly. But that's where it is. So if you're in a way that way of getting experience in the first place, then who fills in the slots above? Only those who are extraordinarily fortunate and probably on crutches, as in old.
Yes. So it's a very, very scary. It's a difficult one, but it is also like, because again, you don't want to sound like that classic kind of like, oh, technology bad.
Yeah.
Again, taking our jobs.
Because again, to sort of on balance, AI is not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. Like the actual tool itself can be used for good. Again, I brought up the example earlier of like glasses that are being worked on with closed captioning software in there, AI listening in there and captioning it as you go.
Brilliant.
We've already seen AI captioning coming in leaps and bounds from its initial days. If anyone here remembers the old auto-generated captions from YouTube back when they first were introduced, they were funny as hell.
There's loads of videos of people who are interested where people have reposted videos, voiced over them with what the captions said they were.
Yeah.
So if you have a good look, you'll have a laugh.
Yeah. But with that getting better, that is a massive. Again, this is something that I'm quite close to. Again, my mother's deaf. Deafness is something that runs in my family. I myself, I'll admit it's been a while since I've been there. Probably should go quite soon. But I myself get regular hearing checks because I'm at a genetic predisposition to just not fully lose my hearing, but at the very least for it to get a bit fucky.
And ignoring that, there's some people who just like subtitles. I like subtitles.
Exactly.
I have subtitles.
Exactly. That is right. Okay, so that is an interesting. You bring up ADHD earlier as well. That is a known thing that individuals with ADHD subtitles help them focus on the words because it's an added stimuli.
Yeah.
So you're not solely relying on your hearing in order to take in what's in. If you miss something, say for example, like there's the classic like overstimulation, lots of characters talking at any given time, right? If you have subtitles on in that film or TV show, the subtitles are forced to tell you whatever is the most relevant to the plot. So rather than getting overwhelmed and trying to listen to everyone at once and ultimately missing anything, the subtitles are in. It says, "Oh fuck, right, I'm listening to Bruce in this scene, or I'm listening to fucking Stace or Kira or whoever the fuck in this scene." Right, that's who I should be listening to here.
Whoever
Great.
the fuck, that's my
Awesome.
favourite character.
Yeah, that's my nickname for Gumshoe. Oh, look, everyone, it's whoever the fuck. Hi, guys.
I didn't realise you were replying, Kira. I thought you were like, why are you typing out in chat? You've got a microphone at this point.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no, I'm replying to in the chat.
I did just realise my Gumshoe there went a little bit too close to Beetlejuice, but that's...
Can't say it 2 more times.
Oh, I nearly did. It was in Blu-ray to see. I did Beetlejuice earlier and I did that joke. I was so tempted. Right, so it was one of the ones where I had to do late because I was in a recording session for most of the day. And then we had, it was a Thursday, so we had the SpecDub meeting where we talk about like things like programming and what's coming up and all that kind of stuff, right? So I had the full day booked, and then I had to do my Blu-ray to see for Beetlejuice. If I didn't have that, the idea was I would say it once in the intro, right? Once I get in, as I'm like in the menu getting ready to hit play, I would say it a third time while the camera's still focused on the like the end of the movie bit, and then when I turned the camera back to face me, I would have done full makeup.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That was the gag. I have the face paints, I have the crayons, ready to do it. Right? Unfortunately, I did not have the time, and I was raging about that because it would have been so fucking good. But no, sorry. Back on kind of top. We've already had Baby the Power, the wonderful Emma, say, and just like, I hate that. You need experience. Let me find the actual.
Yeah, how are people supposed to gain the experience needed?
Yes,
yeah, if you're not hiring people for a job, how are we supposed to get the fucking experience?
That's then, yeah. AI captions aren't too bad, but AI translation is still horrible. Yes, but here's the thing: AI translation is getting a fuck ton better than what Google Translate was back in the day. It is not perfect,
that's
far
the thing
from it, but it is growing.
Well, we were talking about this because one of the things I do at the moment is like to do with like language stuff. So I was talking to my teacher, and I was like, this is a discussion we were having with me and my classmate. We were saying that even I don't think there are any at the moment accurate AI translators, because there is so much that comes into translation and linguistics that AI cannot have, like context dependent, sentence dependence.
Yes.
And one word said,
well played, yeah.
Like one word in one sentence can mean something different depending on the context. And like if you put into Google Translate, for example, like a sentence, it's not going to be accurate because it might be outdated. It might not be what people still say. And there's definitely not going to get things like idioms, jokes, sarcasm for languages that it exists in, and things like that.
That being said, as a Welsh woman, and the Welsh government having put in place that all notification signs, everything that's in the public view should be bilingually, both Welsh and English. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to see when people use Google Translate, and it'll be fun when AI comes along. Because it's honestly a game. I remember going on a train. This one's better. I remember a road sign.
Yeah.
And it was, when red light shows, wait here. In Welsh it said, pan mae golau cloch yn flacio, sefwch yma. The issue is, that doesn't translate to wait here, it translates to stand here.
Oh.
And I remember somebody I worked with, I was walking home with her, and she just stopped, like dead set. Yeah. Obviously, it wasn't meant for pedestrians anyway, because we still had a pavement to go across. It just literally stopped in place. She just stopped in place, and the guy went over and said, "You okay, love?" And she went, "It says stand here." Like,
brilliant.
Google Translate has never been spot on, so I am looking forward to a point where AI may have improved it enough that if it is just messages and billboards and things like that,
things like signage and whatnot,
they don't have subtext, they don't have any inflection or anything to them, will actually be accurate for somebody who does see two languages on a day-to-day basis. Please. But I get it, if I tried to have a conversation with somebody and someone tried to translate it from Welsh to English, there is no chance that's being translated properly by a computer. No chance in hell. And I'm just letting Ben read the comments.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just in the process again. So I'm just catching up. So we have Kaylee, and you're saying, I'm having such a hard time getting a job for my CNA cert. And it's like, you need the cert and experience. And I'm like, okay, I only have one of those things. And this listing says you're hiring urgently. So what's the priority, the cert or the experience?
Oh my god. That's
ignoring
literally
all this, can I give some genuine advice for job seekers? And it's something that I've learned, because I'm very, very, very good at interviews. I don't want to do my own horn, but the majority of interviews I would like
to hear this advice.
Experience doesn't necessarily mean experience in the workplace. Anything can factor into experience. And actually, a lot of your own personal life can go into it. So when I got the job that I've got now, one of the questions they asked me was, what inspires you? And I said, it's going to sound corny, my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I said, the reason is he worked his way up to being a manager in Primark and went, hang on, this isn't for me. He quit everything with no qualifications, went back to school, got the qualifications, college, got a college diploma, is now in university, studying what he wants to do. Even though it's nothing about the work world, particularly that one, to show that I'm inspired by somebody who's close to me who does these things and pushes himself will make them go, oh, this woman's driven because she's been driven by that.
Yes.
Every little thing you do in your life, regardless if it's work-related or not, is experience. Use it.
But that
And it will
also
get you
depends
the
if you
job.
get to the interview stage, though. Because I'm going to
That's
say I've
also the
applied
other
for
thing.
jobs that say about the
that's that element
experience.
as well, yeah.
The experience that I've got, I have a little bit of, because of my uni stuff, I've got not much, but very little. But I haven't gotten to the interview bit because they've looked and gone, oh, she doesn't have the
other
experience
side-
we want. So
With the other side, your CV isn't a... I mean, don't get me wrong, if it's online applications and you fill in a form, you've got no bloody choice, but your CV doesn't have to be a structure as you intend it. So a lot of people will put things like education followed by experience, but if your experience is more important than your education for the job, swap them around.
Yeah.
Get the most important things at the top of the page.
You can you can reorder it depending on the job you're applying for.
Yeah.
Also, with regards to CV, the only reason the vast majority of employers care about gaps in your CV is they want to know if you've been to jail. That's literally it.
okay.
That's literally it. They don't really. So long as you have a reason that is not I broke the law and I'm in jail, or I was actively committing benefit fraud or whatever the fuck, right, and therefore should be in jail.
Yeah.
Then they're fine. They don't really give a fuck beyond that for the most part. Like almost every employer is just like, can you explain this gap? You could literally just you don't need to like make up something that's like, oh, I fell off a tree trying to save a cat and whatever the fuck, right? And then I broke my leg, so I was at the game. If you were out of there just simply because I was moving house, and at the time my job was too far away, so I had to quit, and then other priorities, and so and so other priorities took over the job search. So now I'm here. Then they're going to go, all right, sound. They're not going. Very few employers are just going to go, oh well, you didn't work through that, so therefore fuck you, right? Very few employers are going to do that because if they're having interviews, chances are they really need to fill that fucking space. The amount of jobs I've worked in that I've went, like, how many, like, those of us that have worked for a considerable amount of time, how many times have you been in your work and realised that you're short-staffed?
Oh, far too many.
I bet it's more than you can fucking count.
Yeah.
So the fact that they are hiring doesn't mean they're short-staffed. It means they need someone for that role. If they can get away with someone not being in... So they want to hire there and then. Every employer you ever apply for wants you to be the one that they get. Because if you're the right person for that role, you know what that means? They can stop working. And everyone's goal, ultimately, no matter what job they're in, everyone's goal is to stop working, right? Or to do as least work as possible, right? That is the aim of almost every single fucking job, right? Is to stop it, right? Or get to a point where some other cunt can do it, right? That is the goal of almost any job, right? And so, they want you to have, so, if you're struggling with, like, this is more in the sort of confidence side of things, they want to hire you. Because if they hire you, then they can fuck off to the pub.
I also want to point out that you will pigeonhole yourself into a job as well. And this is something, it's just because I saw Pius say, my boss hires children who can't do the job. You also don't want to be that person. So a lot of retail jobs are beginner jobs for most people. They are the first jobs they go into. Yeah. I stayed in retail for far too fucking long, I'll be honest with you. I must have been 28, 29 by the time I finally got out of retail.
Jesus.
At that point, any job I walked into, I got the fucking job because you had that much experience in retail. Off you go. Not a problem.
Yeah. You're clearly a fucking warrior at that point.
Yeah. But most people don't see that. Most people go, well, I don't want to be in retail, I'm getting another job. And that's what I did eventually, and I'm so happy I did, because Jesus Christ, I'm happy not to be in retail.
Yeah.
But it means because most people look at things like that, the children you might get for your job that don't know what they're doing is because it might be an entry job. It might be a job where they're expecting someone just to walk in and learn the job, and there we go.
And then and then pass off to something else.
Yeah. There we go. 30 working in food service. There's a brilliant example, Kendall.
Weird case since I was also in the military.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weird case, and it's a change.
I will say that is not a weird case. The amount of I have worked in several kitchens. There is almost always at least one ex-squaddy.
Yes.
In every single kitchen I have ever fucking worked in, there is one ex-squaddy. Right? I do not care what it is. I don't care whether it's KFC or a Michelin star restaurant. You will find someone who is ex-military.
And Pyatt, I mean,
it is insane. Like, the pipeline is wild. Like,
Pyatt said, I'd love to become a Twitch streamer, but that takes time. We do have our dream jobs. Everybody has their dream jobs. I'd love to direct actors. That's what I like doing. I have done it before in my own projects. Brilliant. That is a fucking pipeline and a half dream. Like, Jesus Christ. I'd love to do it, but chances are... And it's the same thing with becoming a Twitch streamer that, you know, earns enough to live on. Yeah, I'd love that job. Give me that job if that was offered. But it's not so much about pigeonholing yourself into retail or into the restaurant industry or something like that just because you can't reach that dream yet. It's about trying to make the best of the situation you're currently in. So if you don't enjoy retail and you want to do something else, look at that, how you can do that step up. I didn't move from retail straight into my current job. I became a ward clerk at the hospital at the lowest entry-level admin job, and now I'm working my way up. There are ways and means. If it means you take a pay cut sometimes, do it. I took a pay cut, and do you know what? I'm on more money than I was before now. Yeah. So it does work out.
Brief explanation. Nepotism is hiring those that are related to you based on purely on the fact that they are related to you.
I have been the...
so that is what that...
I've
that's
had
what that is.
nepotism happen in my old job. It's not great.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not great at all. Although the thing is, right, there is only one aspect of nepotism that I could possibly defend, right? And that is that unless you are someone that does not get on with your family, of course you're going to look after them. It's human nature to look after the people you care about. And if you have a nephew, a cousin, a son, a daughter, whoever, right, who is struggling to get a job and you're in a position to help them, you're going to fucking help them.
Mine was sheer nepotism, and I'm happy to talk about it.
It's human nature. It's human nature to do that. However, there are ways to go about it that are ethical, and the fact that don't bring them on and then immediately go, oh yeah, by the way, you're now the manager of this entire fucking floor, even though you do not know what the hell your job is.
Mine was sheer nepotism, and I'm happy to talk about it. It is when I became a ward clerk. I started at the job, but I also had 2 contracts. I had a ward that I was actually on, but I also had a contract to work in the emergency department as a receptionist there on a bank term. I never ended up working in the emergency department, I want to point out, because they never trained me and they said they'd overstaffed it and they weren't able to. After I started working as a ward clerk, another ward clerk started working on a different ward. She happened to be my boss's son's girlfriend.
Right.
And all of a sudden, she started working in the emergency department on bank.
Oh. Isn't that fucking strange?
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Trust me, pure nepotism, you can spoil it all off.
Oh yeah, it's whenever that happens, it is always blatantly obvious that it's happened. But it's shitty that it happens, but again, it's something that I can totally understand. Because again, if I'm in the situation where, say, I'm fucking manager of X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
And I've got, like, say, again, and say, like, a pal of mine is really struggling for a fucking job. Like, say someone in SpecDub, fuck it. Let's do total hypothetical. Let's say Stace, for whatever reason, AI's fucking kicked in, right?
Oh, fucking hell, got rid of my admin job.
Right, yeah. If I'm in a position where I can go, oh, by the way, I've actually got a job opening that's the level up from what you were just doing.
Oh, fucking please, yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna, like, that's
it does
how
work,
it works.
But in my case, it was giving this person additional responsibilities, even though they'd been in the job less than me and held the contract less than me. That's where it starts.
If it was just, where it starts to veer.
There's a job opening there, and somebody wants to pop in there, and it happens to be related. Yeah, go on. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it becomes problematic when it's situations like what you've just stated, where it is someone that is blatantly underqualified for the position, getting it over other people who are very clearly a better set, and ultimately hurting your business because of it.
Yeah, I quit. Hey.
Yeah, but
and my ward has been short-staffed since. Don't know if that's a good
Sorry,
thing,
I'm
but I'm
just
just being honest.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. But yes, to sort of wrap it back around the sort of AI thing, I know we
Yeah,
kind of went
that
on
would
a
help,
hell of a
Jesus.
tangent with regards
Yep.
to the
To the job employment
job
things.
thing. I do think
I'm just going
it's-
to end the job employment things with: don't give up. You can get to where you want to. Just keep trying.
Damn
You'll
right.
get there eventually.
there is more than one path. Just because there's more than one path to success, it might not necessarily be either one you looked at. Hell, the end of the path might not necessarily be where it was. I didn't think, like at one point, success to me was making was being like a famous actor. That's what success meant, right? Now, my fridge is full, albeit partly because
You've eaten.
I like making big dinners. And let's be honest, it's Saturday, it's the end of the week. I'm due a big but but my fridge is full, Lecky's paid, gas is paid, rent's paid.
Yeah, spot on.
That's it. As far as I'm aware of that, and I've been able to do that. There, that's success.
And
to me.
I want to speak to Kira with this as well because of your age being significantly young, not significantly, but younger than us anyway.
Hey, you listen to the significantly younger part, alright? You make me feel very old.
It's not that big. Come on.
I get that age
Want to
where,
fuck?
where you sit there and you go, no, but that's not success. Success is when you do this. And then when you finally find a way to settle down in life and you feel comfortable,
it's magical.
That's the point you feel successful,
Yeah.
regardless of what you're doing. So just bear that in mind, Kira. It's
Hey.
nice.
Fucking
You just
great.
want to be comfortable.
It is, yeah. It is a hell of a feeling. Yeah, it's
Going back
but with
to
this,
AI.
going back to the AI thing, specifically with the job hunt as well, it does make job hunting very much harder because AI, at least in its initial stages, is more than likely going to be coming into what we would consider to be entry-level jobs. Without those entry-level jobs, the only option is then the next step up. So we get to that classic paradox of, in order to get this job, you need experience in this job. This job doesn't exist for humans anymore. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? Them's the breaks.
I do think it's going to be a difficult transition period. I don't think it's going to be all and end all. Whoa, well, hello.
Sorry.
Jesus
What the
Christ.
fuck just happened?
Whoa! I think we got a bit
Sorry.
X-rated. Jesus.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Hey, if you want to strip off, it's up to you. Jesus Christ.
All right, listen, I'll join you.
Sorry.
Hey, let's go for it.
Sorry, chat. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I pressed something on my mouse and I didn't realize what it did. I'm sorry.
Someone clip that.
No.
Oh, for the love of God, don't.
Twitch TOS, don't.
Yeah, let's clip the bit where we broke TOS. That's a great idea.
Sorry, I don't know why I did
It's
that.
alright, it wasn't intentional, obviously.
Oh, it's hilarious.
What was I gonna fucking say?
Oh, fuck the Fano.
I was about to go into some sort of tangent. We were talking about AI. We were talking about
Yeah, like
entry-level
entry-level
jobs
and how,
not being and the experience not being there. Yeah, I feel like we're just going to have a blip. Is the best way to put it. There's going to be a period of time where people are going to struggle to find jobs, and it's going to be a long period of time, probably a good 10, 15 years. But then the world will work around the new changes.
hopefully, yes.
And
Ideally,
what counts
yeah.
as an entry-level job might change. And all
Hopefully,
of a sudden,
yeah.
I think it's got to eventually, because otherwise all you're talking about is old fogies dying at the top end and nobody wanting to hire anyone.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to change anyway, but I think it's gonna
well,
be 10 or 15 years of struggle because of the
I
introduction
think
of it.
the problem is that, and it's interesting you bring that up, that idea of 10 or 15 years of trouble, because that's what the Great Depression was.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying it's gonna
take it from someone.
easy.
Take it from someone that's
Jesus.
been doing some research into that period, because I'm going to be auditioning for a play that's set then soon. Shit was fucked.
Oh yeah. Like hands down, I'm not in any way trying to make it easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the world will eventually
it's-
work in the right way.
Yeah.
But Jesus
Ideally,
fucking Christ,
yes,
you're going to
but-
hate the way up to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a case of I mean, these things, economically speaking, it's this shit's cyclical. It happens time and time again. You will see there will be a long period, prosperity followed by poverty, followed by prosperity. It's this constant kind of loop that has been happening over the course of the year, sort of a roller coaster, if you will, that's been happening over the course of well, over the course of humanity, more or less. Right? Dark Age followed by Golden Age. You know, recession followed by, like, fucking unbelievable success. Right? So, taking that model, yes, it does look like we're headed for the shit. But also, we're not going to be there for as long as a lot of people are making out it's going to be.
It's not a lifelong thing.
It's not a yeah. It's going to get better.
Wasn't there, I seem to remember there being something that was really big for a long, long time, like good 10 years or so, and then suddenly it just died off really quick.
COVID.
It might have felt like 10 years, but unfortunately,
I know, right?
No, there was something that was like a really big deal that people were like, oh, it's going to be like revolutionary, and then it just died off really quick. I feel like AI is going to be the same thing. Like it might peak at one point, and then it will die off slowly.
There's been multiple products like that. I remember Quattro TV. Do you remember Quattro TV at all?
Oh, fucking yeah, I remember
Quattro
that.
TV is a brilliant idea, but you can't actually pick the audience. So the idea was that our eyes can see 3 colours. We can see red, green, and blue, and everything we see in the world other than that is a mixture of those colours. Some wonderful people are called quattrochromats, and they have a 4th little thing that I think it's called an allele, that their eye can see, which is yellow. And someone went, I'm going to make a TV that shows yellow for quattrochromats, which sounds brilliant, because then you've got a perfect market for it and everything. The issue with being a quattrochromat is you don't know you're a quattrochromat.
Exactly.
It's impossible to know unless you die and someone dissects your eye. There is literally no other way of knowing. So
because
that was one
classic,
of them.
Yeah,
because George
it's that
Takei
thing of
advertised it. I remember that.
Yeah, it was mad.
So yeah, there's going to be multiple things that come in that are like, oh, this is the new thing to win things. The difference is we are seeing AI actually being implemented. That's my worry.
Yes. That is the fact that it's no longer, we've moved on from the discussion of could AI do this and could AI do that, and now they're just doing it. It is now, we have now got to the point that while admittedly it hasn't quite reached our shores yet, DBS is a massive conglomerate, and a lot of banks will be taking their cues from DBS, and you could see this going internationally, not necessarily immediately, because there's kind of a lot of other shit going on right now. But also, I mean, on top of that, that's kind of the point where you really need to start paying attention, because it's often that these things will get buried by bigger stories. Now, it's that classic political thing of, the whole Wizard of Oz, pay no attention behind the man behind the curtain, look at this massive hologram instead. It's, hey, we're not cutting jobs, we're actually doing this big fucking, we're talking about this slightly before our stream. In the 80s, the Tories did something similar. Hey, let's start rent to buy. This is great. You could own your house. Fantastic. By the way, we're more or less nuking the country of Wales, but forget about that. Or less nuking, more just slowly poisoning over time. But that's
Yep.
That is that kind of thing. So while all these insane stories are breaking out all across the world stage,
I mean,
this is when companies are going to get sneaky.
Here might be a brilliant example.
Hey, guess what? Yeah.
And this is an example of something that actually happened to try and mitigate media attention over something else. That some people definitely would have heard of option 1, the one that they wanted you to hear, and may not have heard of option 2. Does anybody remember Jimmy Carr's tax evasion scandal?
Oh yes, that was number 1 news at the time.
What was it covering up?
Oh, fuck if I know.
That's the point.
Honestly, couldn't tell you.
What it was covering up was the fact that David Cameron had left his children in a restaurant by themselves and gone home.
Oh my god, yeah, shit.
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
So whilst, and I'm not trying to make this a political debate, and I'm not going to go into a political debate about it, whilst all this Trump stuff is going off at the moment and all the American political things are going off, they are masking what's going off with the AI and what's going off on the things that are actually going to affect us. Don't get me wrong, David Cameron isn't affecting us from him leaving his children. He's just a nonce. But luckily, obviously, the children are fine. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
But
that was it's a very real thing of...
So
look at this, look at this.
To explain
So it's-
it, the British government did actually know that Jimmy Carr was evading taxes for years before then.
Yeah, they just
They were
broke
just
the news then.
waiting for it to be necessary to mask something else.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's a very scary thing. It's something that definitely should be paying attention to, but also like it's one of those things that is the question is, can we stop it? Is there anything that we personally can do? And really, as individuals outside of choosing where we spend our money, for example, Tesco's saying that they're going to use AI. Stop shopping at Tesco's. If you don't agree with AI, don't shop at that place. The problem is when it becomes almost ubiquitous with an industry. So you can no longer say do something in that industry without interacting with AI. That's when it starts becoming a bit of a more problem for legislators and whatnot, and all we can do really is get in touch with people and be like, hey, I don't like this shit, please, and sign petitions and whatnot.
And it's going to take a short while because it clearly isn't a working model. If anyone saw the McDonald's drive-through AI board.
God, yeah, that was horrendous.
It's still a working model and it's still something that's building up, but it does have the potential very
to
quickly to take things.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a few years before you start feeling the effects of it, but I think we all are going to.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. I do think this is something that is going to be massive and will have effects that reach much farther. And I think even the creators of these algorithms even thought to begin with. Like when this stuff first started coming out, it was literally just chat. When AI first started getting work on, it was chatbots.
It's that
That's
saying.
that's where this all started from.
If someone discovered the cure for cancer, would they try to monetize it? It's that old adage, you know. Great.
Well,
your whole thing was to discover the cure for cancer to try and help better humanity. Now I'm a company coming in. I'm taking it off your hands. How can I make money off this? Same thing. AI, I think, was created with all good intentions to try and build up computers to work better. I really do think it was. But now companies are going, but how can we make money off this?
Yes, exactly. How can we profit?
Yeah.
From this idea. And it's wild as to what's going out, but yeah.
Well, that's a lovely down note to end the stream on.
Fuck it. Right, so
where can we find Kira? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch, but I don't really stream there anymore. But you can also find me on YouTube under the same name of Kirazy Pug for some VODs that I've uploaded, and I'm hoping to do some more voice acting stuff there too. And if you would like to support me otherwise, I do have a book published. It's available on all Amazons, and it's called Living Life Frame by Frame. As
Hell
Faith
yeah!
is wonderfully showing. And all you need to do is just search Living Life Frame by Frame, Kira Rosewood, and it should come up. And I also have a author TikTok under the name of Rosewood Kira, if you would like to keep up my author stuff when I get back to posting there.
Sounds good. And Ben, Cyberman360, where can we find you?
I am currently in the process of opening up my phone so I can remember my username in certain places. Give me a fucking minute. There we go. So you can find me primarily on Twitch at Cyberman_360, in which I have been. Those that are in my channel are aware of this, but for those that didn't, I'm currently doing a charity drive up until the end of April. Any and all revenue from the stream will be going towards Whiteley's Retreat. That includes ad revenue, subscriptions, bits, donations. Everything is going towards these dudes.
Do you want to explain what they do quickly?
They offer basically short-stay Asian retreats for families and children that have been affected by cancer and other life-changing illness. Basically for a chance to kind of get away and just sort of like kind of forget. And it's not all doom and gloom. They do also offer stays for those that have recently had good news as well. One of the big ones recently was they had a kid who was going through leukemia, had this all clear, and the family went through to the retreat to celebrate. As a kind of like a sort of full circle moment of, well, we came here when we first got the news to kind of decompress and try and figure out what this means for us as a family. Now that we've beat it, let's go here and celebrate that we've beat it. Let's take it all around and kind of do that thing. So it's a really nice. It was a really nice thing. They do a lot of good work. I'm working with them, doing the kilt walk for them at the end of April, which is why it's that.
Going proper Scotsman.
No, because it's in April and it'll be fucking freezing. So simple as that. I might be daft, but I'm no stupid. Right? So you can find me there, Cyberman_360 on Twitch. I also post regularly to TikTok at Flying Scotsman 95, where I'm doing a series called Blu-ray to Z, where I go through my entire Blu-ray collection each day, watching a new movie and giving you my thoughts on it, the actual Blu-ray itself, if it's a good transfer, if it has any good special features that make it worth adding to your own collection. So, yeah.
Lovely. And just a quick reminder, if you guys want to be involved in this podcast, send a question. Go onto the Discord. If you're not on it, please join the Discord. And you can submit a question that can either be asked as one of our little quick questions, which they all have so far, or if you have a big topic you think you want to hear us discuss, maybe have our opinions on it, put in something there that you think would be a big topic. Happy to read it out as long as it's not too...
Hell yeah.
Yeah, controversial.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
We do need to draw the line in somewhere, and as such, certain topics will be vetoed.
Yes.
To say at least, just in the... I understand that we were talking about AI. I did get a little bit down talking about AI, but ultimately we do want this to kind of be entertaining and a bit of an escape from the madness that is
hence the Pokemon Day
life.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, Zeddy, that is one to watch out for though.
And other than that,
sorry, on the Pokemon note, Nintendo add actual Pokemon games to the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance online systems.
Oh my god, yes!
You fucking idiots. Either that or release a classic collection. One of the two.
Yes.
I was waiting on that shit in the Pokemon Day announcements.
Yeah.
I was waiting on that shit in the Pokemon Day announcements. It didn't happen. Fuck you. Right? Right? Either add them to the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance streaming services from your online service, or make a cartridge. Right? You are leaving money on the table, you dumb fuck. Right?
If we're going from 1996, isn't it 30 years of Pokemon next year?
Stop making me feel old, Kira.
Sorry.
Yeah, like that's. In fact, you know what? Yeah, that's the perfect thing. Next year, 30th anniversary.
Please,
Release the
Pokemon.
shit. Release the shit. Make it so that I can play red, blue, or yellow without forking out damn near £100 to my local CX. Fuck you.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have red,
Please,
blue, and
Pokemon.
yellow,
We love you, Pokemon.
and I have Game Boys to play on them.
I have a Game Boy. I just don't have the fucking games.
I have the games. all three. I've got 2 copies of yellow. Anyway,
I'm sorry. You have 2 copies of yellow.
yeah, we have 2 copies of yellow.
I'm just go and learn to drive real quick. I'll be with you in a bit. I'll see you in a couple of months.
Anyway, other than that, there may be something exciting happening tomorrow.
Is there?
Is there?
On this very stream channel.
Oh fuck yeah! Right enough. So.
It is going to be the next episode of, well, as long as everything goes as planned, because we've had some issues in the past, because things happen and life happens. But it's to be the next episode of Phoenix Wright Dubbed Attorney. We're back in court, and Cody says he saw everything.
We're interrogating a child. Anyway.
Yeah,
but enough about the pre-show interview with Kira. We are.
Can't even fault that. That's funny.
Oh, I'm a little shit and I love it. But yeah, be sure to join us tomorrow for the next episode of Phoenix Wright Dubbed Attorney.
After that, bye, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.